Kwaku, said the review to be conducted in collaboration with the Ghana Gold Board and the Ministry of Finance aims to improve and sustain the program as Ghana moves beyond the stabilization phase of its economic recovery.
I want to address this issue, which has featured prominently in recent national discourse. The conversation matters not because it is controversial, but because it speaks directly to how Ghana manages strategic national priorities at moments of stress and transition. The Gold Board is no longer a concept, it is operational. It is embedded within our macroeconomic framework and has reshaped how Ghana captures value from its gold resources while strengthening external buffers. The relevant question is therefore not whether Gold Board should exist, but how it should be governed, how it should be refined, how it should be sustained, and to do so in the national interest.
And that was the Bank of Ghana Governor and Dr. Johnson Esiama. And now the Santino Tumfo Statute II has sounded a firm warning of lapses within the Ghana Police Service, urging the Inspector General of Police to enforce discipline, strengthen core values, and restore public trust amid growing concerns about integrity and political neutrality. He made the call during his maiden visit to the Inspector General of Police at the police headquarters here in Accra.
I recall that Christian only recently assumed the position of Inspector General of Police under a cloud at a time when public expectations of the police were high and patience was thin. Within this short period, the impact of leadership has been felt, and we see a style reflecting the essential element in law enforcement: calm authority anchored in professionalism. Tradition and modern law enforcement are not rivals struggling for relevance. They are collaborators safeguarding the same future. When traditional authority respects legal authority, communities stabilize. When police respect local customs, cooperation deepens. When both communicate openly, crime loses its hiding place.
And that was Asantino Tumfo said to the second. On the part of the IGP, he lauded the Ashanti Kingdom for this very mediation efforts in the Dagbon chieftaincy dispute and the Boko conflict.
Your consistent support for the Ghana Police Service, especially in the Ashanti region, has been both fatherly and exemplary. I recall that you have hosted several Inspectors General of Police and police leadership over the years, offering counsel, guidance, and encouragement, with doors always open to us. I must commend Your Majesty and highlight your role in peace building and conflict resolution, which has had a profound impact on national security. Mentioning your exceptional mediation skills, which have restored peace in numerous conflicts across our nation, compels me to describe you as the King Solomon of our time.
Christian Teteyunu is the Inspector General of Police, and the Ochehino Osaji Famucho for Penny has called for renewed commitment toward protecting the Etiwa Range Forest Reserve. He made the call at Chebi, marking 100 years since the Etiwa Range Forest was gazetted as a protected forest, a process initiated by the Nasa Ofuriata.
No one said that. So it's the most of us and so what was that? Tropical forest, plant beer. I hope you bring your son.
Before we part company, the Ghana Journalists Association (GJA) has called on the Inspector General of Police, Christian Teteyunu, to ensure the immediate arrest and prosecution of all personnel involved in the alleged assault on a Class Media Group journalist. Speaking at a press conference yesterday, Mr. Jumfo said internal disciplinary measures are insufficient, noting that the incident constitutes a criminal matter that must be tested in court to serve as a deterrent. Reports indicate that Samuel Ado, a journalist with Class Media Group, was assaulted by fire service officers who allegedly tried to prevent him from filming a fire scene on Monday, January 5, 2026 at the Kaswani Market in the Central Region. Albert Kwamina Jumfo is the GJA president. Take a listen.
GJA demands arrest and prosecution of perpetrators. The Ghana Journalists Association condemns in the strongest possible terms the brutal, unlawful and reprehensible attack on Class FM journalists. Mr. Samuel Adam, allegedly perpetrated by personnel of the Ghana National Fire Service during the fire outbreak at the Kasua market in the Central Region on Sunday, January 4th, 2026. This attack is not only an assault on an individual journalist, but a direct attack on media freedom.
Albert Kwabena Jumfo is the president of the GJ. That brings us to the end of this very morning news. Before we go look again at the top stories, and President John Dramani Mahama vows to make a second term count, saying Ghana's current IMF program will be the last. As Antonio Jumfo said to the second, urges Ghana Police Service to strengthen discipline and restore integrity. Ghana Journalists Association GJ demands the immediate arrest and prosecution of all Ghana National Fire Service personnel allegedly involved in the assault of a class media group journalist. My name is George Quinn. For more news updates, just log on to our website, s3news.com. I'll be back for business. Goodbye.
Accra gets busy on this frequency. 92.7 3 FM.
Good morning once again and welcome to the Business News on Sunrise. My name is George Quinn. Coming up this morning, Bank of Ghana Governor justifies gold board losses as cause for current macroeconomic stability, but makes case for restructuring board's operations.
Judged against the stabilization objective, the program has played a vital role. It is also important to be candid that this stability came at a cost.
Also, one of the fiercest price wars in petroleum history is unfolding as some oil marketing companies announce further fuel price cuts amid growing competition. Meanwhile, Chamber of Petroleum Consumers Ghana urges OMCC to cut fuel prices to act promptly, calls on transport operators and ride-hailing services to reduce fares in line with recent pump price reductions. My name is George Quinn. We have details coming up shortly. See you us. And now let's settle for the details of the stories. The governor of the Bank of Ghana, Dr. Johnson Pandit Asiama, has defended the gold board and domestic gold purchase program, saying it was introduced during a period of acute economic vulnerability. He acknowledged the initiative imposed financial cost, but said it was a deliberate national decision to protect Ghana's economy. My colleague Michael Obodu has the rest of the story.
The Gold Board program was designed to stabilize the city, strengthen foreign exchange reserves, and restore confidence by leveraging Ghana's gold resources. Recent valuations, however, indicate the program has recorded significant losses, raising questions over its cost and transparency.
Judged against the stabilization objective, the program has played a vital role. It is also important to be candid that this stability came at a cost.
Critics have raised concerns over Ghana's exposure to high-risk investments, with some analysts warning that the losses could strain reserves and affect financial stability. Independent economists also caution that unclear reporting may undermine public confidence in the central bank. In response, the Bank of Ghana plans to engage stakeholders to review and adjust the domestic gold purchase program, aiming to reduce risk while maintaining economic stability.
The Bank of Ghana, working with the Gold Board and the Ministry of Finance, we intend to convene a focused policy workshop with experts, with market practitioners and policymakers to examine how this national priority can be refined further in line with best practices elsewhere.
As the government balances short-term costs against long-term stability, the program's review will be watched closely by investors and citizens alike, with implications for Ghana's economy and confidence in the city.
And that was a report on the Bank of Ghana governor justifying gold board losses as cause for current macroeconomic stability. Away from that, in a separate development, the Bank of Ghana is preparing to roll out diaspora bonds and new investment instruments aimed at converting billions of dollars in remittances into long-term capital for Ghana's economic transformation. The governor, Dr. Johnson Asiama, made the announcement at the Maiden Diaspora Economic Growth Summit in Accra, describing the move as a critical step in shifting remittances from household consumption to productive national investment.
The next phase of our policy focus
And the central theme of this summit is to complement remittance inflows with structured investment-oriented instruments. This includes exploring opportunities such as diaspora bonds, collective investment schemes, and other capital market products that allow diaspora savings to be mobilized into productive sectors of the economy while offering transparent, well-regulated returns to investments. And on that note, I have reached out to our fintechs and I've challenged a number of them. Our sandbox is open. If there's a way you can innovate, if there's a way you can engage in the tokenization agenda, if there's a way we can promote investment by the diaspora directly, we are welcome and we are ready. We are welcoming you and we are ready to speak to you.
And that was the governor of the central bank, Dr. Johnson Esiama. In more news this morning, one of the fiercest price wars in petroleum history is unfolding before our very eyes. A significant development to the pockets of consumers. Some oil marketing companies have reduced fuel prices at the pumps. Again, with Star Oil selling a litre of petrol at 10 cedis 36 pesos and diesel at 11 cedis 36 pesos at selected outlets across the country. Industry players say the move signals growing competition and could lead to further cut if current economic trends persist. There is more in the following news desk report.
Some oil marketing companies have reduced fuel prices at the pumps again, with Star Oil selling a litre of petrol at 10 cedis 36 pesos and diesel at 11 cedis 36 pesos at selected outlets across the country. The latest prices follow a series of reductions by Star Oil since the start of the January 1st pricing window. Petrol, which sold at 10 cedis 86 pesos at the beginning of the month, was reduced to 10 cedis 56 pesos on January 6 before dropping further. Diesel has also fallen from 11 cedis 96 pesos to 11 cedis 36 pesos over the same period. State-owned GOL has also announced a second price cut within the window, with petrol now selling at 10 cedis 99 pesos per litre, while diesel is priced at 11 cedis 96 pesos. Industry players say the developments point to early signs of price competition among leading oil marketing companies, with other players preparing to adjust their prices in the coming days. The Chamber of Oil Marketing Companies, COMAC, has projected that fuel prices could decline further this month, driven by falling international crude oil prices and a stronger cedi, which has appreciated by more than 3% over the past 3 weeks. If the current trend is sustained, consumers could see another round of price reductions from mid-January.
That was a 3 business news desk report on some oil marketing companies, OMCs, announcing further fuel price cuts amid growing competition. Meanwhile, the Chamber of Petroleum Consumers Ghana, COPEC, has urged oil marketing companies that have not yet adjusted pump prices to do so promptly, ensuring prices reflect current market conditions. The Chamber praised companies that have already reduced prices, noting that fair and responsive fuel pricing is essential to easing financial pressures on households, transport operators, and businesses. COPEC also called on commercial transport operators, including ride-hailing services such as Bolt, Uber, and Yango, to review fares in line with recent fuel price reductions so consumers can benefit from lower costs. The chamber said it will continue monitoring fuel prices nationwide and engaging stakeholders to promote transparency, fairness, and accountability in the downstream petroleum sector. Before we go, let's take a look at how the cedi is faring against other major trading currencies and also how key commodities are also faring on the global market.
On the interbank foreign exchange markets, the dollar is selling at 10 cedis 65 pesos. It lost 45 pesos. The British pound is selling at 14 cedis 38 pesos. It lost 61 pesos. The euro is selling at 12 cedis 55 pesos. It also lost 52 pesos. However, be guided that these figures could be higher at the Forex Bureau near you. On a the global commodities markets, Brent crude is trading at $61.86 per barrel. Gold is trading at $4,339.16 per ounce, down by $194.05. Cocoa is trading at $6,242 per ton, up by $289.
And that was an update from the Forex and Commodities market. And that's how we end the business news. You're looking at our top stories. Bank of Ghana governor justifies gold board losses as cause for current macroeconomic stability, but makes case for restructuring board's operations. One of the fiercest price wars in petroleum history is unfolding as some oil marketing companies announce further fuel price cuts amid growing competition. And Chamber of Petroleum Consumers Ghana (COPEC) urges OMCs yet to cut fuel prices to act promptly, calls on transport operators and ride-hailing services to reduce fares in line with recent pump price reductions. My name is Josh Quinn. For more news updates, you would want to log on to our website, s3news.com. In a world where it can be anything, just be kind. It costs nothing to be kind. Enjoy your morning.
Accra gets busy on this frequency. 92.7 3 FM.
They're the best. Turn it up.
Your finest tunes in sync with a soothing voice. 3 Lounge with AJ.
Are you tired of the same old routine? Need a break from the stress and chaos of everyday life? Well, step into the 3 Lounge, your world of absolute relaxation and great music with yours truly, AJ Akwako Sapon. Welcome to the best mid-morning show in the capital and beyond. This is 3 Lounge, yours truly, your radio princess, AJ Akwako Sapon.
Love it. It's great.
Kickstart your week with Monday motivation. Shake off the Tuesday blues and get ready for midweek mania. Take a trip down memory lane on Throwback Thursday and wrap up the week with Funky Friday with myself and Helen Appiah Ampufo. Plus, enjoy exciting celebrity interviews, insightful conversation, engaging discussions on topics that matter, and there's a boatload of fun and easy activations that reward and appreciate you, our loyal listener.
If you're listening, we're manifesting money into your pocket this morning.
Don't miss out on the excitement. Tune in to 3 Lounge every weekday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 p.m. with AJ Akwako Sapon, only on 3FM 92.7.
It's my number one.
92.7 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
Accra gets busy on this frequency. 92.7.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. They calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. They calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure. Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more. And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. They calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December. How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure. Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe,
turn it up. Coming to the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride.
7th of January 2026. It is purely and entirely by the grace of God that we are alive, that we are strong, that I can talk and that you can hear me. And for that we are forever grateful, God. Good morning to you. Welcome to Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. Night was kind. I trust you had a good night's sleep. And I trust the weather has been good to you. You weren't feeling very cold, very warm yesterday night, were you? And I strongly believe that the morning has started on a very high note for you. Lots of energy, lots of poise, lots of hope and determination. Certainly that's what we need to step out. That is what we need to make the day count. Tuesday and Monday, they have gone. They are old news. Tomorrow and Friday, that's the future. What we have is today, Wednesday, January 7, 2026. What we have is the now. What we have is the present. And what we can make do of it. Make the best out of it. Regardless what the day throws at you, the good, the kind, the ugly, if you are alive, it means you can face it. Brace yourself. It may not be very kind all the time. It may not be pleasant all the time. Oh, but we have what it takes. We definitely have what it takes. You can face it. You can do it. Just a step at a time. A small step at a time. You look back and you know that the mercies of God, and God has been faithful. Good morning to you again. Welcome to Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Noble Crosby, and let's find out what the weather situation is like in Accra and other parts of the country, so that we can prepare. Whether today is Umbrella Day, Wash Your Clothes Day, or Hide Your Shoes Day. Felicity Afenyo is joining us. Good morning to you, Felicity.
Good morning, Crosby. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How was your night?
My night was good.
Nice. It's Wednesday. The weather looks kind. It looks normal. It's not very busy on the street of Accra. But talk to us. Is the weather anything that we should be worried about today?
Yes, today we should be worried about some rain over some places today in the afternoon and parts of the evening. The areas that we are anticipating some low chances of rain are places in Takrade, Aksim, those in Ho, those in Koforidua, Akimoda, those in Takwa, Obuasi, and then those around Koso, Sunyani, Techima, and Enclave. We expect some afternoon rain and thunder. It's on the low side, but then it's likely it will affect them. And then others in Koforidua, Piki, Ho, Vapo, Akosombo, Somanya, Banka, and then in Sokuta, if I don't mention it, please forgive me. And then Cocoa Bean areas too are also on our list for rain. Today, temperatures is going to be hot. We are expecting it around 39 over the north, 35, 37 for the middle and the transition. Along the coastal strip, we are expecting it to be between 33 and 34 degrees Celsius. For the state of the sea, we are expecting it to remain rough with just a few clouds over the sky. Water Lake is pretty cool, but then the afternoon into the evening, we expect rain around the Akosombo, Somanya, Dodowa, and Klesbon, Japon area, so they need to take precautions in terms of rain. Then tomorrow morning, before we bring you an update, motorists that will be using the road and hunters that may want to go out for hunting in the night. So tomorrow morning, we are expecting widespread mist and fog patches over the Ashanti region, over the eastern region, parts of Volta region, parts of Bono East, and then half western north too will have widespread misty conditions with reduced visibility. So we need to be careful when we are driving at the dawn hours into the early hours of tomorrow. For the north, it will remain dry and slightly hazy throughout the forecast period.
Felicity, thank you so much for updating us. And it's always good that you add a word of caution to fisher folk, to drivers and all of that. Thank you. Thank you, Felicity. Have a great day.
Thank you too. But check out the updates on our social media handles at 11 and 5 p.m.
Of course. Thank you so much.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
People are still in the holiday season, holiday mood. There's still Friday freedom. It is knocking on the door. But the week is certainly moving fast. I'd like to say a big thank you to George Quaining for bringing us the news and some business news as well. We just spoke to Felicity Afionyo to check the weather, and we know how to arm ourselves as we step out of our homes. After Felicity Afionyo, we'll have to scan the front pages in the newspaper review segment and what some online portals are also reporting this morning. What the headlines are screaming, what they are whispering, and what they are choosing not to say at all.
If they don't say it, we will say it. You can trust us on 3FM on Sunrise 92.7. And then after the newspaper review segment, we'll give you the microphones in our Community Voices segment. Because governance is not only about big men and women in suits. Everyday Ghanaian must speak. They should speak boldly, honestly. And after the Community Voices segment, we'll bring you some sports news. The sports team will join us with news in Ghana and outside Ghana. And then after that, we'll get into our big conversations this morning. Our big conversation this morning is one that deserves pause, it deserves reflection, and then a lot of honesty. Years after constitutional rule in Ghana, the good, the bad, and then the way forward as well. Where have we disappointed ourselves? And how do we protect, how do we strengthen, and how do we improve? How do we improve the democracy we are grateful for, but sometimes take for granted? And of course, before we wrap up this morning, we'll also touch on traditional authority and state power. Yesterday, the Asantehene Otunfosetutu II, he visited the Inspector General of Police, Christian Tete Yohunu, at the police headquarters here in Accra. A very symbolic and historic visit. The first time that the Asantehene has visited a sitting IGP at the police headquarters. Certainly a moment that speaks powerfully about leadership and the respect for institutions, as well as a fine balance between governance, modern governance, and then culture. So this morning, whether you're stuck in traffic, whether you're at home, in your shop, or in your office, stay with us here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. This certainly is not noise. This is context. And this is the conversation on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. My name is Noble Crosby and welcome aboard. Let's do this. touching on the headlines of some of the stories on the front pages of some of the papers this morning. And then certainly after that we'll get into the details, starting with the Ghanaian Times newspaper. Banner headline, culture must work with law. That's according to the Asanteni Otumfuo Osei-Tutu II inspecting an all-female guard of honor. And that picture was taken by Victor A. Buxton of the Ghanaian Times. Also on the front page of the Ghanaian Times, GJA condemns assault on journalists at Kaswa. That story is on page 4 of the paper. Also, we won't backslide in economic gain, President assures at New Year's School. And that story is captured on page 21 of the Ghanaian Times. Rufag rejects calls for total ban on raw rubber export. Also on page 12 of the paper. The back page of the Ghanaian Times, VIP confers with Cape Coast delegation on 8-year development plan. VIP confers with Cape Coast delegation on 8-year development plan. Landmark PWDs receive support. That is also on the back page of the Ghanaian Times newspaper. The center spread of the Ghanaian Times. Okay, so that's it for the Ghanaian Times. We'll get into some of the stories, the details of the stories of the Ghanaian Times. But now to the Daily Guide newspaper. Front page banner headline, Kwachio Fosu exposed over false dummy claims. That story is on page 3 of the paper. Kwachio Fosu exposed over false dummy claims. It comes with the pictures of Felix Kwachio Fosu and then Godfred Yabua Dame. Also, the front page of the paper is reporting this: make police politically neutral. Otumfuo Osei-Tutu the second is saying it's with the IGP Christian Tetoyohono exchanging pleasantries with Otumfuo at the function yesterday. 10 FAR officers assault journalists. That story is on page 3 of the paper. There's a scene capturing the attack on the journalist by fire service officers. Also, I'll deliver lasting economic reforms. Mahama, President Mahama in a handshake with Professor Nana Abba Apia Amfo of the University of Ghana. These are the stories that the Daily Guide is reporting this morning. Let's get into the details of the stories, shall we? Daily Guide, the big story on the front page of the Daily Guide, Kwachio Fosu exposed over false dummy claims. The story is on page 3 of the paper, and I'll quickly read to you what it says. And this is the Daily Guide report. The Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice has debunked Yes, the Office of the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice has debunked false allegations made by the Minister for Government Communications, Felix Kwachio Fosu, against former Attorney General and Minister for Justice, Godfred Yabua Dame, concerning a probe into alleged illegal mining by Akonta Mining Company. The office, in an official response to a right to information request, completely debunked and exposed the minister's claim, which suggested Mr. Dame was complicit in the alleged illegal mining activities of the company owned by the NPP Ashanti Regional Chairman, Bernard Nkwi Buesiako, aka Chairman Wontumi. Well, Felix Kwachio Fosu categorically stated that Mr. Dame had deliberately ignored a report confirming illegal mining activities allegedly perpetrated by Akonta Mining Company Limited. President Akufo-Addo was not willing to punish anybody for anything that he did under his government. They engaged in illegal mining. The CID investigates, and then you come on national television and say that the person who has been fingered in that CID report is innocent and did nothing. He knew it. If he didn't know, then he did not deserve to be in the position. And that's according to Felix Kwachio Fosu. The Attorney General of the day, Godfred Dame, cannot claim that he didn't know about the report. What they are saying by this, then, is that they didn't investigate the claims against Akwanta Mining, which is even worse, Kwachofosu said. Now, host of the show, Paul Adumotre, then drew his attention to the fact that he had checked with Mr. Dame, who had said that no such report was presented to him in his tenure as Attorney General. That notwithstanding, Kwachofosu maintained his allegations, further indicating that, quote, I am saying that the Attorney General and the government are aware. The implications of what you're saying is that he, Mr. Dame, was not fit for the job, and by inaction, he was complicit in Galamsey by inaction. Well, shortly after the program, a private legal practitioner, Jonathan Asare, with a reputation for conducting investigations into public interest legal matters, filed an RTI request to the Attorney General and Minister for Justice and Dr. Dominic Ayene to establish whether records at his office supported the allegations of Felix Kwachofosu. The petition sought clarifications on whether and when the investigations into alleged illegal mining by Akwanta Mining was concluded, when the Criminal Investigation Department presented a docket to the Attorney General, and whether the CID presented any docket on Akwanta Mining to the Attorney General between 2022 and 2024. In a formal response to the RTI request signed by the designated information officer at the Ministry of Justice and Office of the Attorney General, Lydia Atto, delivered on December 22, the Attorney General replied, denying the claims by Kwachofosu that investigations by the CID on Akwanta Mining were concluded by the CID before 2025, and a docket presented to the former Attorney General Godfrey Dame in his tenure in office. Well, the office further stated that the docket was only presented to the ministry on September 15, 2025. Quote, when did the CID present its docket to the Attorney General and Ministry of Justice? Part of the RTI request asked. The CID presented its docket to this office on or about 15th September 2025, and that's the response from the AG's office. Did the CID present a docket after completing its investigations on Akwanta Mining to the Attorney General between 2022 and 2024? And if so, when was it done? And that's a request from the RTI, and the response was this: no, this office did not receive a docket in respect to Akwanta Mining within the stipulated time frame, the AG's office added. The response to the RTI request sharply contrasted the wild allegations made by Kwachofosu against former Attorney General Godfrey Dame. Remains to be seen whether the minister will retract and then apologize or not to Mr. Dame for what legal remedies the former Attorney General will have in his docket to seek for. So this is what the story is reporting. This is what the Daily Guide is reporting. On page 6 of the paper, make police politically neutral. That's according to the Otumfo. And the Asantino Otumfo 82 has called on the Inspector General of Police, Christian Tete Yohonu, to ensure the police service remains politically neutral to build values that they uphold as well. The Inspector General of Police, he hailed the Tunfo Osetutu II. He hailed him as a modern day King Solomon, praising his wisdom and role in promoting peace and national cohesion. Otunfo's calm, moral authority and patience, he said, have resolved protracted conflicts, bringing stability where tension once prevailed. And in fact, the IGP cited Otunfo's mediation in the Dagbon chieftaincy dispute, Yendi and Boko conflict, saying that these efforts have boosted police operations and public confidence in security. Six of the Daily Guide. Reverse fee increment, GTech directs the University of Ghana. And I'll deliver lasting economic reforms. That's according to President John Dramani Mahama. Well, the president has expressed his commitment to deliver lasting economic reforms to help improve the development of the country as part of a broader economic transformation. Speaking at the opening ceremony of the 77th Annual New Year School at the University of Ghana, he said the National Democratic Congress, the NDC government, would continue to pursue transformative policies that would surpass the work of any successive government. He said, and I quote, "I have decided to make this second mandate so graciously granted to me by Ghanaians count. I have pledged to raise our economy and governance to a level that no succeeding government can reverse." In a region where democracy is backsliding, we must demonstrate that democracy works and that our people can have faith in their leaders to uphold their interests and create opportunities for national prosperity. Well, President Mahama also assured that his administration would maintain fiscal discipline and efficient management of the economy even in 2028 when elections will be held. And he said that the NDC government will reshape Ghana's economy by prioritizing value addition through its flagship 24-hour economy program aimed at driving sustainable economic growth. Said that government will soon roll out a policy to ensure that value is added to the country's minerals, petroleum and agricultural products before they are exported. This, he said, forms part of a broader government program to reset the export of selected products in line with the 24-hour economy initiative that is aimed at transforming the country. He noted that the program is not a slogan, it is a structural transformation strategy to extend productivity beyond daylight hours, deepen manufacturing, support logistics and agro-processing, and create millions of decent jobs across the value chain. President John Dramani Mahama. And this morning, when you call us on our Community Voices segment, I'd love to hear from you on what you make of President John Dramani Mahama's 1 year in office. Sworn in on the 7th of January 2025. A year after, as President John Dramani Mahama delivering on his promises. Surveys say that the country is pointing in the right direction. Tell me what you think. The promises the president made before he won the 2024 general elections.
the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest heads. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure. Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, come my way, come my way, come my way. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, let go. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest heads. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure. Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, come my way, come my way, come my way. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names.
Friends, when a sudden and powerful current pulled him onto deeper water, and local authorities and community volunteers continue to search along the coastline for the body. According to some of the swimmers on that day, the water initially reached their waist level, but later there was a rapid and unexpected change in the sea. A teenage friend of the victim, who gave his name only as David, said, "We were in the water and the sea level was just around our waist, but suddenly our feet could not touch the ground any longer." He said George panicked and fell in the water. Quote, we saw that George was being carried away, and in our attempt to rescue him, I also nearly got drowned. He disclosed that George does not know how to swim, and so the current swept him away within a short time. And Daily Guide has gathered that the alarming screams from those at the seashore alerted residents and prompted an immediate rescue effort. Papa Francis, a member of the local rescue team, said, we were alerted by the screams. We rushed to the sea and saw 2 males being carried away. We managed to save one, but the other was swept by the current. There was nothing more we could do, he added. And it was alleged that the victim's stepmother, identified as Rose Ankoma, collapsed after hearing the news, and she was rushed to the Iskado Government Hospital, where she is reportedly responding to treatment. Castle Range in the North Tone district of the Volta region. Weed suspected to be Indian hemp was valued at the cost of 2.2 million cedis. And the Volta Regional Public Affairs Officer, Chief Inspector Francis Gomado, in an interview with the Ghanaian Times, said that the two suspects in possession of the substances bolted, leaving two unregistered motorbikes used in their nefarious operations behind. And he noted that on the 31st of December 2025, around 1:25 p.m., Assistant Superintendent of Police Richard Gabla of the Volta Regional Unit led a team to the Bato Avayuma police station to officially take custody of the suspected Indian hemp. According to him, the police seized the two motorbikes together with the substances and were taken by the team from Ho to the regional police headquarters. And he also divulged that the police mounted a manhunt for the two suspects who were on the run and appealed to residents in the area and people beyond North Ton district to provide timely information to the police, which could lead to their arrest. And prosecution of personnel of the Ghana National Fire Service who allegedly assaulted Mr. Samuel Adu, a Class FM journalist at Kaswa during a fire outbreak. The story continues to say that it also called for the dismissal or removal of the public relations officer of the service, DO2 Desmanaka, for the explanation provided in the press statement in relation to the incident. Well, speaking at a press conference in Accra yesterday, the president of the GJA, Albert Kwamna-Jumfo, described the incident as deplorable, disgraceful, and indefensible. According to Mr. Jumfo, Mr. Adu was working in the interest of the public by reporting the fire incident and did not act unprofessionally, noting this attack is not only an assault on an individual journalist but a direct attack on media freedom, the public's right to information and Ghana's democratic order. He further described the explanation provided by WO2 ACA in a press statement issued by the fire service as weak and wholly unacceptable. according to the Asantehene. He says strong cultural values supported by disciplined and professional law enforcement remained the most effective foundation for crime prevention and national peace, as Antio Tumfo 82 has said. According to the Asantehene, no society could rely solely on policing if its moral compass has collapsed, stressing that culture must work hand in hand with law enforcement to preserve order, dignity and peace. Culture, he emphasized, taught responsibility before rights, restraints before punishment, and harmony before conflict. He says when culture is strong, crime finds no room to grow, but when it weakens, law enforcement is forced to compensate. He made these remarks yesterday during a historic visit to the Ghana Police Service headquarters in Accra, and Otumfo described the visit as a landmark engagement rather than a ceremonial one, noting that although traditional rulers have long worked with Ghana Police Service, it was his first opportunity to visit what he called the engine room of the service. And of course, he was grateful to the IGP for the warm reception extended to him and his delegation. And he said the honor was shared with traditional rulers across the country, whom he described as guardians of culture. He also praised the police leadership, including former inspectors general of police, and reflected on his long relationship with the service, recalling his first police aide camp over 26 years ago. And he commended officers of the Ghana Police Service for their sacrifices, acknowledging the difficult conditions under which they may be working to keep the country safe. He further noted that Ghana's reputation as a peaceful nation in a troubled world is largely due to the dedication of its security services, especially the police. Well, the Asantehene, drawing on history, explained that long before modern policing, communities maintained law and order through customs and shared values. Begins long before sirens are heard, starting in homes, families, and communities where discipline and respect is upheld. And he called for deeper institutional collaboration between traditional authorities and the Ghana Police Service, urging chiefs to serve as partners in community policing, while officers are trained to understand legal customs, local customs. Address public concerns about police conduct and integrity, urging the leadership of the service to tackle issues that undermine public trust. Again, he called for the reinforcement of values instilled during police training and emphasized the need for political neutrality in policing, stressing that the service must enforce the law without fear or favor. His visit is unprecedented and a moment of great national significance. He said African societies, particularly the Ashanti Kingdom, had organized systems of justice and security long before colonial policing, and these indigenous systems influence modern policing in Ghana. The IGP praised Otumfo's role in peace building and conflict resolution, citing his leadership and in resolving the Dagmon chieftaincy crisis and contributions to securing peace and security in Boko. These interventions had strengthened policing and improved community confidence. And he also highlighted Otumfo's contribution to education, culture, and national development, as well as a strong stance against illegal mining.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm, it rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
559-242-717 or 0556-910-154. 559-242-717 or 0556-910-154. We have a first call already. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, boss?
Yes, my name is Ninungwa.
Ninungwa, talk to me. Talk to me.
Thank you and good work you are doing for Mother Ghana. Greetings to Chamadu and all community supporters. But when him, as some Kakan person can say, 1 year, your mama, and Yano, or yes, so far better. And say, why ye Juma, pa, and Yama would you go up when you know, the best. Why are here? Intimate appointees, MC, and MPs, and one more can and supporting now in division opposite or Yama or man or mining costume or more fast supporting. Mr. Your mama, na apprentice in be one young me ya, yes, Saki yes, I call them say, Nipa be very work, a tea on between my year, Jumano, Midasi, will be switch us with use as I do.
Midasi, thank you so much for calling. Hello, good morning. Hello, good morning.
Hello?
Good morning, boss.
Good morning, Penecasi, and a Penyamasum drink count.
And count on some patch of meat you.
By the way, well, near Bayman and I'm one because against Suano.
Patch of meat you.
Baby kind, no more about Swedish from Yama or my Ghana. I mean, here, income chairman for MPP. You are honorable watch that I mean, Shayla Candy, a compare to Edapon, incoming Fagala for MPP. Hello, 1 year, if your mama Eddie Ewa Bemu, young kind of country, and it may be a queen, and it may be a queen. The same thing is a baby trap within 1 year. You was $1 from food at the so inflation our from and still a never bought a thing our Ghana. A dean as a never cost never bought $1 and a man boy $1 abba for last to no one bought a thing. Didn't have an and they are inflation from zone and let it be and water be. One air coso. A dean inflation akofama. Now they have to electricity and water beam. Let's let a binum a bar or second of phone. For your enemy, you will go catch a mabaku, you can celebrate 24-hour economy. We are Bema, and then you shy you gonna move a page, my and yes, send your own bones of the name of Yaku and Nema Ayafu, the Ghana name Yahuta yes, so 24-hour economy. Yes, so money you're gonna move in your you say a banner better. Those who are Okafaka candy still gonna for a find the money boy and the Minia Bema. Yes, gonna for me and you, Yahukaka. Ukumia, Kumuta, body the manner. I never be out because yet can have no covered by a batty and place young comedian. Mia, if you Gallian get to Galli, Ulunka, taking it and for the edit for any from one area and I may have a man. Yani Yonkaka and then count.
Medase, hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Your name and where you're calling from, please.
Pastor Aziz in the Megasafi.
Aziz, meet you.
We are that in Edimapa. Mpacho mami kote mata ni ntia chama gaspa nka metiama GM ba kope mpacho monka papa no pa because ejuma no ye underground no enye ejuma kito e bo NDC nti so ba na ndisa increase photo na yakoye ne oba do me kwa benya so a me my only MCE cham agbo na me nshira no pa whether me pa cho ye kase 1 year excellency John Dramani Mahama made the net member 100%. Although any the airpen na but far better
some people 8 years, far better. Because I won't say, Yati Nemonisu, Yati Petru, dollars above for the Abafo. What Mukita Kia? No, your farm say, Mungo to San Yamana. Besides, Omuji saying, Okoto Petru, Tony saying. I say, sometimes the people bad do so, Omu Kasati say, Omuya Kunko, but you saw Bukano, your driver, no. A taxi and one form drop here. Come more bed you, no, yes, Kakitwa. You never saw that form. A banisana to me, yes, sir. If you ain't just Antimodino, the Ababet Mayeno, or no Abani Yeno, or ye, I'm an Abusu, God Bruno, Sisia, MVP Kurano, Munya Sambiaka, Medashia Mishrao.
Hello, good morning. No, we lost him. You can still call us on 0559-242-717 or 0556-910-154. Hello, good morning.
Morning.
Your name and where you're calling, please.
Emil Kasafi Demiko Bridge.
Pacha, meet you.
Yeah, that's me. Adimapa or Yabamagana. You're Shram, because my topics are modded by. It will say yes, so all discuss. So the opinion for my name are draining answer Edam Papa. But one year of video to see Mamicha J and Jasper are over Tama West as incoming chairman. Tama West over Abesum and Yaman on Besum. Me to Abanamana, no your constituency chairman. Mama said me bad don't have your constituency, your MC, Mr. Abu. Salute. At the same time as Madame Eloquent Akurugu MP. The BBC and one of the award 9th Friday award community day school into Obia MP. Boss, Medase, and that said the entire Casa said Muhammad 1 year and you're better than MPP. 8 years no I'm not so big and and only say one the first year of MPP Nana Akufo-Addo appointing 125 ministers. Eko wiase odu ko parliament o mokoka o catch o say yes I in hurry the person ma no ma bonyefo no ma kosu ye ma Ghana for eko wiase na dollar erane more than the who bidda fuel yakasa gold for oil masa fuel buono no so put an kosoro na nyina yetimo na nyankopa ya dom Ghana for who said bra or mo breye kontopa amafo be di omo enti omo to aba ama NDC aba power na nda yekase fuel bo aba form na dollars po aba form ama no ma ye ton binmuti omo de so binmu so sebi omo so omo nte so because omo ye MPP fontinu omo nte so a
Hello, good morning.
Yeah, good morning, my brother.
How are you, sir?
To God be the glory. My name is Abulu. You can call me Mr. Common Sense. Calling from Pokwasi.
Mr. Common Sense, talk to me.
Good morning to John Hughes and the team, Ellen and Co. Good morning to Courage McAfee Nunekweku, MD of TDC, and Lawyer Zuma, Director of Port. My colleagues to go to the port, they will see the 24-hour is working by the ableship of Lawyer Zuma. And your own man, Courage McAfee Nunekweku, 24-hour service is working at TDC. So they should just take those news. And your own man, Jasper, is coming from Chama at Tema West. My brother, 1 year down the lane, His Excellency John Dramani Mahama have demonstrated that he have the party and Ghana at heart, especially at the road sector. As he said, every place in Ghana will be a construction site. When we come to Volta region, all over Volta region, there is a road construction going on. And I salute the MCs and DCs, especially my own DC, our DC, the hardworking woman, Sandra Dodo. Or when you in Accra here, every municipal, you can see the DCs, they try and hit the streets 1 year down the lane. Formally, we don't see those things. You can see MC, DCs at their offices, they don't come to the street. Accra Mayor is on the street trying to do all he can do to make Accra the better place for us to live. So 1 year down the line, at least, Mr. President, I can mark him 95% for about his promises. But on recruitment, the promise the president gave to party people in Ghana, he said every party person who have qualified is equally qualified to join the service. But the promise that he gave to the party, we are not seeing it. So we beg, Mr. President, and this is Trade Minister, Mrs. Ajari, I know he can do better, but I beg, the engagement is down. So we should beef up his game. Have a good morning.
Thank you.
Brother.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning, Crosby. How are you doing?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Not bad.
Hey, Ben, talk to me. I'm struggling to hear you. Please get closer to your phone.
Oh, okay. Can you hear me now?
Loud and clear.
Thank you, Crosby. Let me also say good morning to Honorable Courage McAfee, TDC boy, for the human doing for Mother Ghana. The way you are taking what the job comes to himself to make sure that what to give Ghanaians what quality and affordable buildings. May God bless him. Also to like Azuma, incoming chairman of Tema West, Chairman Jasper. We are most grateful for them because they are really helping the NDC to go on well. Also to Bibi Moro, Chairman Bibi Moro of Akwetia. We appreciate them and Nana Ampim. Still maintain each regional women's organizer. You see, my brother, 1 year down the line, Charlie, thumbs up, Mr. President. You have really shown you want to set a good legacy to sustain the NDC in power for 32 years. You see, this our young democracy, it's almost 33, 34 years. And you could see that what NDC had 16 years, MPP had 16 years. And now NDC is in 17 to almost 20 years now. And from the way things are going, and for the past 1 year, Crosby, you can attest to that. We've been in this country. Government has come, government has gone. But you could see that John Mohammed's exactly a year now, you could see that the man is really experienced man. Look at how he has handled Ghana's economy. You see, at times, if I sit back and watch the way Miracles Abadi talk, if we give to NDC, but you remember when the dollar and the city, 17 cities. And so if the NDC should have been in power, dollar would have been 25 Ghana. Where is he now? They came and took dollar to city, 4 city, for 4 city. When they are leaving, their best performance, they are claiming now that the NDC to applaud them for the economic sources we have because they did it. We're in this country, my brother. Let me ask you a question. Be truthful to yourself. When they brought gold for oil, and they were giving the fuel to the jam pump station. Does the pump change when you go there? I'm asking you. Let's be truthful to ourselves. Does it change?
Amen. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, my brother.
How are you, sir?
Well, the grace of God, I'm fine. It's Papa Biso on the line.
Thank you, Papa. I'm listening.
So far, so very good. Happy New Year to you.
Happy New Year.
But there's an issue that is really bothering my mind. If you look at the cedi to the dollar, small ahead is 10 cedis, 80 pesos to $1. Fuel prices all over, if you check, they drop to between 10 cedis and 11 cedis a liter. But the commercial drivers, especially those operating from Circle to Amasama Enclave, they are just overcharging at the rush hours, taking 10 cedis. Look, I was doing something at Amasama. Went there in the morning, came to Circle, do whatever I'm doing, then went back again. I didn't use any private car. I decided to just test that road because I've heard there are a lot of government transport on that very road commercially. You understand what I'm saying? To my surprise, as at 4:30 to 5 there, about going to Amasama, they're taking 10 cedis. As at 8:20 when I was coming back, west of 4, Apokwasi, and please take this number down. This guy has to be arrested at 8:20 p.m. on the Toyota Hayes, what do you call it? Vehicle GC80
25, 30, 21. For Kwasi, that should be 6 cities. It's taking what? 10 cities to circle. Are you taking that number now? The police must arrest that particular driver and call me as a witness. On my number, my Airtel Tigo number, because the MTN number is my busy line. Airtel Tigo number 0277451266. I'm repeating 0277451266. And to the transport minister, please, we are told that you've deployed 8 buses to those enclaves. That is not enough at all. There should be a revolution on that sector. Transport buses, we need more of the buses, over 20 buses on that enclave and other places that these people are just, punishing Ghanaians.
Papa, thank you. Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, sir?
I'm very good. I'm speaking to Crosby. I should think so.
Yes, you are.
Crosby, please. I don't hear of Johnny Hughes at all.
Oh, Johnny is on leave and he'll be back soon.
So I'll be hearing all the time. I've been a quiet listener. 3FM is my favorite radio station, the quality one, of course, which I've listened. I've not been hearing of LM2 as well.
Helen is also on leave. They will all be back very soon.
Yeah, I want the producer to know. Straightforward because as well.
Your line is breaking.
Hello. Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yes, I'm saying, the producer should check it. When you keep on changing voices on your consoles in radio, it's psychologically it has business. Because Johnny.
Hello.
Anyway, let me this.
Oh, I'm sorry. You were saying something, but your line seems to be unstable.
That's my point, please. I want to advise the government to look at the agriculture sector this year.
I'm sorry. We can't keep you. Your line is not helping us. Hello. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Noble.
Yes, boss. How are you?
I'm doing well. Are you?
I'm fine, thank you.
My name is Ajanowan from Dome, Kwamina.
Ajanowan, I'm listening.
Thank you very much. It's a wonderful job you are doing for Madam Ghana and the Media General as well. Let me say good morning to Madin Jibril, Nana Ampen, and Mr. Bibi Moro Akwetia, Constituency Chairman, wherever he is. Mr. Noble, in fact, it seems that each and everyone who puts, if you are a security service or you are a fire service personnel or whatever, that not means you take the law into your hands. Because of us, they are there. They are there to protect lives and property. You understand? So even in case the person or the journalist, maybe she's reporting badly, what do? You give him to the appropriate quarters or the police. Though fire service have to arrest, you can also arrest. But to put the law into your hands, to be maltreating, beating civilians, no, it's an uncalled for. Whether civilians have been attacking fire service or not, is neither here or there. Wrongs be wrong, no matter how we want to defend or polish it, it's still wrong. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning, my dear. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you? Your name and where you're calling from?
Happy New Year, my dear. I hope you enjoyed the Christmas.
Yes, I did.
Inshallah. We thank God for our lives. Let me say good morning to His Excellency John Dramani Mahama, his Vice President, his appointees, and everyone. And let me thank him so much. The reason why today we are praising Ghana Ports and Harbour is because, you see, immediately His Excellency started his appointment with some military men. You know, military men, they don't like stealing, they don't like corruption. So you see places like Gapoha, places like Nadmo, where he placed these major military men, I know that no, this man means governance. Governance is not about carrying your chair everywhere. It's about to know where there are loopholes, how you can cover it, how you can seal those loopholes for bad people not to operate over there well. Today, if you go to Port and Harbour, you know here the story of my things have been stolen in my container and so on and so forth. Whoever you are, eyes are there for you to check you. So I salute Major General Sedu for the good work he did at Ghana Port and Harbour. And I think if the president keep on to maintain these people at this kind of position, he will never fail for his 4 years. And then finally, I want to tell the public, the way when we call fire service people and they come to our fire scene, we do as they brought the fire into our houses, into our shops, into the market. It's not the best. It's not the best. They insult the fire service personnel too much. Even though what happened last time, it's not the best too. They don't have to beat them. We all know how the public treats the fire service people. Fire service are to fight fire for us, to save our lives and our properties. When they come, the public will be insulting them. We say, why? Are they superhuman? They are also human. And what they are using is engine. A car can break. If you are even using your car, on your way, your car can break down. Anything can happen to the engine. Then finally, our appeal to the listening government this year, they should try and give the fire service the needed gadgets that they need to work with to fight fire for us, to save us in this country.
Haja, thank you.
Let me say thank you to
Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, boss.
Yes, sir. How are you?
I'm fine. Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you too.
Okay, I'm called Livingston from Tema.
Livingston, I'm listening to you.
Yeah, but your platform is a powerful platform. I know when people speak, authority hears. I think about 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks, I heard somebody complain about Jake Obechebi Lamte going to Kwalebu Road, that the place is very bad. When I drove there yesterday, it was tired. So I'm very happy about that first. And I wanted to give a president 98%. He's doing well for Mother Ghana. And I want NDC supporters to know that it is not only in the NDC vote for President Mahama to become a president. We have MPP guys in the system who were tired about the previous administration. I have more than 100 MPP guys told me they vote for Mahama. So they shouldn't say they are left out and they are not doing any work. The work is coming. This year work is coming. And finally, I would like to comment about the circle issue about the gentleman, one of my senior brothers speak about that they be charging over. Sometimes, boss, when you go to circle, you will stand there, you see policemen are standing, also taking the car at the same time. Policemen are there. You see them standing, where they'll be charging from circle to Pokwasi 10 cedis. The taxi is taking 15 cedis, 20 cedis. Before when they reach Pokwasi, they will charge again to Amasama and then to other side to Saom. So I don't know why the authority cannot fight over this, because this thing is very serious. Because if the lorry fare is down, petrol lorry fare is down, they can put some macho guys who monitor the system, because those drivers, they fear police and military. It's easy to do. So we appeal the government to find some way and meet them, help the people. And that is my point this morning. Thank you very much for work done.
Thank you. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, sir. Talk to me. Your name and where you're calling from, please.
I'm calling from Zenu, Unkataman, so my name is Lord. Yeah, bro. This morning, let me greet my MC. I'm proud of him, Mr. TK. I'm proud of you. And let me greet the MP, Honorable Joti. Naminchia, your friend saying, Chamanju, Ashama Communication Officer, and Ashmore, the Chiano, and the Anope, Jerry Johnson, so Michiano. Oman Penny, the Memano, 95.5.
wayɛ adwuma no nyinaa na nea aka ne sɛ Ghanafoɔ yɛde mpaebɔ ɛbɛtae n'akyi ne ministers no nso yɛde mpaebɔ atɔ ɔmo akyi na ɔmo yɛ adwuma yie because sɛ wofa baabi a ɛkwan yɛ nyɛ nyinaa yɛyi kwan foforɔ yɛsiesie kwan a asɛsɛ ne biribiaa wei kyerɛ sɛ ɔmampanyin mmerɛ bi atwam ɔmampanyin bi ka so a yɛ kwan 11,000 kilometers o saa he bankɔsi akyire no ne yɛhu kwan bia wɔ baabiaa ɔmo bɛbie motorway ɛto ɔma Burkinafoɔ bɛfaa so mɛsu tutu yɛ ɔmo wie ɔmo de kootaa ne bɛhyehyɛ mu wahu ɛnɛ wahu sɛ deɛ yɛyɛ motorway no yɛyɛ wie a ɛbɛyɛ fɛ kɛkɛ wahu ne mo ɔmampanyin ne ka kyerɛ ne sɛ yɛkamfo yɛwɔ bɛgu a yɛgu yɛkamfo ahwe ase ɔmo a mo bɛn no ɔnhwɛ ɔmo yie na ɛyɛfrɛ ne sɛ branch executives no especially Kum Kataman so yɛhu hwee media me kama me ho Kum Kataman so ɛgyeba adwuma gyeba adio branch executive ɛyɛ no yɛhu hwee ne nyinaa yɛ executive na ɔmo soro na ɔmo a Christmas so ɛgyeba adio branch executive ɛhu hwee enti sɛ ɔmo ka ho sɛ usi dana ofa pemne ya foundation no so ba NDC a eno na ye branches no the branches o mutu omani no mehwe branch ni yie se de be jeje ho ama o dem da ase
hello, good morning.
Kozbo.
Yes boss, I'm fine, how are you?
I am equally fine. I'm back from New Achimota.
Okay, I'm listening.
Okay, happy new year to all my family over there, Johnny and Mawina and Helen, including yourself, everybody over there. Please do. For me, 1 year of NDC in government, 100% for maximum. I will divide it into two, 50-50. One for the economy, one for the prosecution of the alleged criminals of NDC. Look here, when it comes to the economy, I'll give NDC 45 out of 50. When it comes to the prosecution, okay, fine, since they have started something, but we have not seen anybody convicted, I'll give them 10 out of 50. Because the anger of Ghanaians concerning these alleged NPP criminals, it is becoming out of hand. 1 year in government and these people are still working freely. Allegedly, the Dubois and the other people, the Swawale and other people, they are still working and eating freely. Anyway, yesterday you made mention of education sector, the result of the SS Wati. In fact, Ghana, if this is how we are going to continue, it will not help us. And the thing is really coming from the basic side. Because the children go to these centers and the invigilators who are supposed to check these children to do the right thing, they themselves are bringing in a pope to come and read to the children. Before I resumed school, there was in-service training for the teachers. And the one who came to train us, give us a clear example. He was told to go and invigilate some students. So he went. When he was there, he told them the right thing to do. In the process of writing the exams, a police officer came to the examination hall and told the master, you have to allow the children to lie to blah, 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 blah. Then he started sharing papers to the children.
I see.
These are words from the man's woman. So if he's lying, I am equally lying. Not quite ago, another man entered and started giving them objectives, calling objectives for them. And it is very clear, I have witnessed it myself also. Why do they allow teachers to go to examination centers in the first place? Why can't the Ministry of Education, Honorable Haruna Widusu, issue a statement that no student, no teacher is allowed at the DEC center? Because we believe you have prepared your children to go and take the exam. Why do you go to examination center with your students? What is the purpose? So if they don't waste out and stop this kind of things, they will go to the secondary school and do the same thing. They will go to the university, they will do the same thing. They will come to the working areas, and in fact, it will be worse.
Thank you. Thank you. My last caller. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
We are my last caller for the morning. How are you, sir?
Ejana no poche from Prekasa Kwame aristocrat. Mudu du kaso Diana.
Prekasa poche retail.
Poche in there. We even na Ghana myself. What's in the Ghana member no. Romantic. But if a MPP, one former appointees now, allegedly, if the former buffer stock, where do I see you are? Allegedly, or ordinary, allegedly, a Dubai, not no wife, allegedly, LPG, a Yakuta Palo, ordinary, and I say, I am not quite a Ghana info, a romantic, because you be a baby, and no on it said that Attorney General of Ghana and now on my penny John Dramani Mahama or now or promise Ghana for no tongue of Wakumadopa and so no shall Attorney General Cathay Day. Ghana Rana as a man no. He has 56% of Ghanaians and no or more than the diamond there on your Juma Ghana for and yet. So 1 year down the lane no. Yen economy no koye education sector no so at least young improvement can cry than Arabim, but the aura no still an yes I 1 year down the lane no man paying make sure say the prosecution of way any way again an error pass official another nankasa can happen because of man pay the immunity there during his first term over the year 2012-2016 or another prosecute on an entire way Abu Dhabi. It shows say on our soon near appointees and say no they be a catch on was wow over for BB another boy adeno or not be you are man no so by no man say I am monia no I am wow until Oceana Attorney General into prosecute you and conform on wages because it way evidence clear there so when this car then can you me there. Okay, we can yet to wait there do dollar do. You may be a full and I know do it than over from and I'm penning at the Mazan of mine.
Prekasa, thank you so much. so hard for it. He deserves everything he's getting. And then we're all pleased for him. But we're talking about you and the money you are making. Then
which money? I'm working at Media General with you. If there's any extra money that you are getting somewhere, just show me.
I'm talking about
this year. I need money.
Ghana Premier League money.
Oh, which Ghana Premier League? I am not a club official. I am only a presenter and a host for the Ghana Premier League.
Bring us sports.
Of course. It's Mutala Yakubu coming up this morning. Huge blow for the Black Stars as Mohamed Salisu suffers an ACL injury that puts him in doubt for the World Cup. And like Kingston has spoken about him, Chelsea fans have also reacted to the appointment of a new manager, Liam Rossino, and Manchester United would also see Darren Fletcher take charge of the team on temporary basis. All this and more coming up here on the sports segment. All the details and start off with Lai Kingston, who has been talking about Mohamed Salisu, because the former Black Stars forward, that is Lai Kingston, has described Mohamed Salisu's ACL injury as a major blow for the Black Stars after the Monaco defender season ended with an ACL injury on Monday. Salisu is expected to be out of action for about 8 months and would rule him out of the 2026 World Cup. Lai made this assertion while speaking on TV3 sports station.
It's great news for him and his family, and he's done so well for himself. For over 3 seasons now, he's been very consistent in his performance, scoring goals, 100 games. For me, I think first of all, it's a very big blow for us because he's such an important figure at the back. When we talk about experienced players at our back line, I think if he's one of them, and it's going to be a very big blow for us. But then again, we should all understand that injuries are part of the job. No one wish you get injured at this time. But when it gets to these situations, this moment, the World Cup, bigger stage, every player is anxious to be there. So it's a little bit worrying when, as a player going into games, you are being careful, you're thinking about not getting injured, to be fit to get to the most important competition in the world. So I think that's what is going through their minds. And sometimes when you overthink too much, that's when you get stressed out, and then you go into games, and then you are not 100% focused. That's when injuries come.
Likens is there sharing his thoughts on Black Stars defender Mohamed Salisu, who has been ruled out of the World Cup because of an ACL injury. Elsewhere, Chelsea have confirmed the appointment of Liam Rossino as their next manager of the surprisingly long-term deal that will stretch to 2032. The 41-year-old joined Chelsea from Strasbourg, where he has spent the last 2 years. Following the confirmation of his appointment, 3 Sports hit the streets of Accra to find out about what the fans make of this.
As for the Chelsea team, I don't know their problem. They have fundamental problem. You understand? They have a fundamental problems. What are you judging the coach? What are some of the things that you are using to judge the coach so that you let the coach go?
As for Chelsea, the owners, they are sick. They are very, very sick. Yes. You cannot sack Maresca, who has a record in the Premier League, in the Championship, before going to get him, and then go in for this kind of coaches. Look at the caliber of coaches that have passed through Chelsea. I mean, I can't sleep since I'm a Chelsea fan. I'm thinking of leaving the club and go and support my old team, Real Madrid, because I don't understand why you should do such a thing.
Coach in there, ni achia shares no be dey atem never so be na wo so ana me ana san makasi no je ne ense koto ano aye tun koto amatumi egu ojuno kura won ti ase.
Chelsea fans there sharing their thoughts on their new manager, that is Liam Arsenal, who will take charge of the team until 2032. Still in the English Premier League, Antoine Semenyo is set to feature in his last game for Bournemouth tonight when they take on Tottenham Hotspur. The Ghanaian, who joined Bournemouth from Bristol City in 2023, is itching towards a move to Manchester City. Now ahead of the Sherry's game versus Bournemouth City, the head coach, that is Iraola, has admitted this might be the last game that Antoine Semenyo will play for the club.
Antoine will play tomorrow, yes. I can give you my opinion from my experience, but there is nothing signed with Antoine Semenyo. If you ask me personally, what do you think? With all the noise and this, I think could be the last game, but I cannot guarantee it. You know, it's like my personal opinion, because I understand the market, I understand the noise. But right now there is nothing agreed, there is nothing signed, so for me he's our player and I hope he continues. But my understanding also, because I've been in other markets before, in this club and in others, there is a chance it's his last game also, yes. So I didn't know it was his birthday. I think he has been very professional. He has dealt with this situation, whatever it happens.
Professional, that is what Iraola is saying about Antoine Semenyo. Now, still on Semenyo, former Black Stars forward Lai Kinson says the national team should be built around the 25-year-old forward. Semenyo, who has scored 3 times in 32 caps, made his Black Star debut in 2022 and has been a mainstay in the team ever since.
It's great news for him and his family, and he's done so well for himself. For over 3 seasons now. He's been very consistent in his performance, scoring goals, 100 games, 29 goals as an attacker. It doesn't come easy like that. It comes with a lot of hard work behind the scenes, and you can see he's paying off. The beginning of the season, I remember granted an interview somewhere and say he's a player to watch. And for me, I think I keep saying that it's long overdue for the Black Stars to try and build the team around him. Because I know a lot of people are complaining when it comes to the team, they don't see what he's doing in the Premier League. And one thing they should understand is different managers, different philosophy, different ideology. But he is someone that Ghana should look up to. Ghana should build the team around him. Yeah. The way I play, if I have Semenyo in my team, it will be a weapon for me. It will be a weapon because of the qualities he has. He's fast, very strong, technically he's good, 1v1s, and he's finishing. Trust me.
That is like Henson there, waxing lyrical about Antoine Semenyo, who is inching to a move to Manchester City. Now, there are English Premier League games that to be ended today. Manchester United will take on Burnley, with Darren Fletcher set to be in the dugout after the sacking of Ruben Amorim. Now, in other Premier League games, Brentford will take on Sunderland, while Manchester City battle Brighton. Fulham would face Chelsea, with Everton squaring off with Wolves. Crystal Palace will take on Aston Villa, while Leeds also travel to Newcastle. Elsewhere in Spain, Barcelona boss Hansi Flick says it's a great feeling to win the Spanish Super Cup. Barcelona are currently on an 8-game winning run and face Athletic Club tonight in the semi-final of the Spanish Super Cup as they look to preserve their record.
it's great. I think this tournament. So this is the Super Copa. It's a little bit different than in Germany, but I like it. It's 4 teams. Competition with the semi-final, with the final, and last season we started great. And for us was also to win the Super Copa gives us a lot of energy for the rest of the season, and this is also what we want this year.
Hansi Flick is the manager of Barcelona. Let's finish off with an update from the Africa Cup of Nations, because Algeria and Ivory Coast became the latest to seal their place in the last 8. Algeria defeated DR Congo 1-0, while Ivory Coast secured a thumping 3-0 win over Burkina Faso. Ivory Coast, who are defending champions, will now face Egypt in the quarterfinals, while Algeria also battle Nigeria. Mali will be in action against Senegal, with host Morocco also facing Cameroon. And our man Doeshen is currently in Morocco, and we'll be bringing you regular updates on the Africa Cup of Nations. This is where we call it a wrap with the sports updates here on 3FM Sunrise. My name is Mutala Yakubu. There's more after this.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure. Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the 2 leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at work listening pleasure. Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at work listening pleasure. Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at work listening pleasure. Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandpa.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. They calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure. Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up!
Come into the mountains, sight and I grandpa.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names. Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego. We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. They calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration.
John Dramani Mahama.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
Do in the name of the Almighty God swear.
That I will bear true faith.
That I will bear true faith.
And allegiance.
And allegiance.
To the Republic of Ghana.
To the Republic of Ghana.
As by law established.
As by law established.
That I will uphold.
And that I will uphold.
The sovereignty.
The sovereignty.
And integrity.
And integrity.
Of Ghana.
Of Ghana.
And that I will preserve.
And that I will preserve.
Protect.
Protect.
And defend.
And defend.
The Constitution.
The Constitution.
Of the Republic of Ghana.
Of the Republic of Ghana.
So help me God.
So help me God.
pronounce the presidential oath.
I, John Dramani Mahama,
having been elected
to
the high office of President of the Republic of Ghana, do in the name of the Almighty God swear that I will be faithful and true to the Republic of Ghana, that I will at all times preserve, protect and defend the Constitution of the Republic of Ghana, and that I dedicate myself to the service and well-being of the people of the Republic of Ghana, and to do right to all manner of persons. I further solemnly swear that should I at any time break this oath of office, I shall submit myself to the laws of the Republic of Ghana.
Excellency, the Vice President of the Republic of Ghana, Jane Nana Opoku-Agyeman, Her Ladyship, the Chief Justice, Your Excellency, Bola Ahmed Tinubu, President of the Federal Republic of Ghana, and special guest of honor for this occasion, Your Excellencies, Presidents, Heads of Government and Development Agencies, Your Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and former Presidents, Your Excellency Dr. Mahamudu Bawumia, distinguished invited guests, ladies and gentlemen, my brothers and sisters. I wish you a good morning, and we give thanks to the Almighty God on this occasion. Our Father who art in heaven, we thank you for giving us this day, a day that offers me, your humble servant, a unique opportunity to work to reset our dear country, Ghana. 32 years ago, on January 7th, Ghana made its first and most successful democratic transition, a reset, with the swearing in of the newly democratically elected President Jerry John Rawlings of blessed memory. Our nation was returned to a multi-party democracy with a new constitution that went into effect, and the Fourth Republic was officially established. I refer to it as a reset because on that day in 1993, we made our fourth attempt at establishing a democratic system of government with term limits based on free, fair, and transparent elections. The handover of power on January 7, 2001, between former President Jerry John Rawlings and at the time the newly elected President John Agyekum Kufuor, tested that reset, and our nation passed with flying colors. So today, with my induction as the new President of the Republic of Ghana, history is being made once again. And it is a history worth repeating every 4 years with each newly elected president. Today, We're also making a different kind of history, one that speaks to our maturity as a democracy, a nation of citizens enfranchised with the authority at the polls to determine their political future. Today's exercise between the outgoing president, His Excellency Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo, and I feels a bit like a deja vu. That is because 8 years ago to this day, on January 7th, 2017, we shared this same space and performed this same transitional exercise.
January 2025. To you about Malaysia and Singapore. 2026 is the year to travel, explore, and experience more. Global Wings Travel and Tours, in partnership with Media General, is inviting you to experience the best of Malaysia and Singapore this April. Enjoy 9 unforgettable days with return flights, luxury hotels in Kuala Lumpur and Singapore. Enjoy daily meals, visa facilitation, city tours, Genting Highlands with cable ride, inter-country transfers, and so much more. So you don't have to wait anymore. Make your April 2026 Malaysia and Singapore trip a reality. Call or WhatsApp 055-018-8181, 055-018-8181, or 0553-688-398. And then make your Malaysia and your Singapore, those dreams you have in 2026, make it a reality. April 2026.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. The calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and
What has been achieved,
young, gifted, and black.
What's on the way, and what is still pending.
Clap, give thanks and give dap. Put my son on my lap.
In fact, in the run-up to the 2024 elections, one major pillar was economy and then infrastructure.
Our fears bring to life our dreams. We out here, we don't adhere to regular rules.
We understand or we acknowledge is paying off. Inflation has dropped. We're doing single digits now for the first time in years. Roads are being rehabilitated. Rural electrification is expanding. Well, the 24-hour economy is also on its way. It is not in full force yet, that we acknowledge and that we know.
I was 16 years old.
In fact, it is close to 0 than to 100.
So they can't extinguish my flow.
Some institutions, of course, have begun implementing the 24-hour economy.
I know I don't have to
DVLA, for instance. The ports, for instance, passport office. A handful of them. But the main economy of the country is still yet to experience the 24-hour economy. The promise that was made by John Dramani Mahama when he was candidate to Mahama. In terms of education, free SHS reforms was promised. Easing overcrowding and improving quality.
No shortcut to heaven.
Forms are being rolled out as well. TVET expansion is still in progress.
Coming out, Tanya.
Who's joining me here exactly 1 year after John Dramani Mahama became President John Dramani Mahama. What has been the president performance? Good morning, by the way.
Good morning, Crosby. I think 1 year on, we've seen signs of progress. We've seen promise of better years to come. We've seen indications that by the end of the 3 years, the administration would have been able to deliver on, if it continues on the tangent that it is going, it would have been able to deliver on at least 90 to 95% of its promises. We know that there may be reasons that it may not be able to deliver on 100% on all the promises made. But from what we are seeing, I think the target should be some 90 to 95% achievement by the time the full tenure is exhausted. Because, like you yourself recounted in your introduction, a lot of the things that we see or we are seeing now within the first 12 months of the administration shows a certain commitment, a certain tenacity, a certain drive to attaining all that the government set out to attain. The first 100 days promises were clocked, correct? The overall, the ambition to run the country with 60 ministers clocked, right? I think they're having 58
at the moment.
58 at the moment.
Yes.
So meaning he still has room for 2. I don't know why. But the people know the lobby.
Oh, he will. He said he will do that after the...
No, not the replacement. So.
Well, it's the replacement I'm talking about.
The replacement, it did. So he was able to do put his cabinet in place within the period as promised. He was able to set up the government. And when they said 60, we're asking, how is this possible? Because we're in an era, at the time the 60 promise was made, we had 110 ministers and...
We're used to something very different.
And then we had, in addition to the 110, we had special advisors and senior advisors and senior, all sorts of portfolios. So to be able to achieve that, and the country is running, I dare say, far better than it was running with the 110 ministers, then it's indicative of something. Maybe it's the leadership style.
Okay.
Maybe there's a certain grip that His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has on his appointees that His Excellency John and Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo did not have. Maybe because of the sheer numbers and His Excellency Akufo-Addo, he was unable to monitor his ministers.
Because the numbers were plenty.
There were simply too many for him.
He brought them, but I mean...
well. It's all part of the game. Maybe because His Excellency John Dramani Mahama has only 60. The briefing he doesn't even have to wait for the official briefing. He can call finance minister. The money to the people, why haven't you released it? Maybe he's able to call foreign affairs minister. Venezuela, something has happened. Why haven't you said anything about it? Or you think we are an island? No, you take action now. Maybe he's able to say to the interior minister, this Boko thing has to stop. Why are we still here? We promised that we will resolve it. Why is it still not resolved? So he's able to hold, firmly onto the administration and direct the affairs of the administration, which is part of it.
So President Mahama, when he was campaigning and before he was sworn in, so 1 year after his swearing in, this is what we're looking at. The topmost priority of the NDC government will be to implement a few other things that they wanted to reduce hardships. As we speak, 1 year on, do you get the sense that the hardships that President Mahama promised to reduce, do you get a sense that it has happened? They wanted to ensure macroeconomic stability. The macroeconomic stability is data driven. We know the numbers. Do the numbers communicate to us that this is something that the president has achieved in his first year? Restore investor confidence based on trends and trajectories. Does it look like it has happened? And then lastly, to prioritize investment in productive sectors for sustainable economic growth. All of these are part of the economy. Does it look like, do you think within you, around you, your experiences, your engagements with people, per your own unofficial research and surveys, do you think that these have been achieved in his first year?
There's a reason I went back to the 120 social contract he had. And I'm trying to limit myself to that and beyond that to the 1 year. Because we know that all of the things that were promised cannot be achieved in 1 year. They have to be spread across the period. But that's why I also made a point that if you look at what we are seeing today, there is hope. In fact, there's the strongest of convictions that indeed by the end of the tenure, at least 90 to 95% of the president's timetable or objectives would have been achieved. Look, I have always said, even under the previous administration, I always said here, on this same seat, that I am not an economist. I don't understand macro, micro, inflation. I don't understand.
They go right over your head.
I don't. It confuse me. What I know is how much is fuel, How much is a tuber of yam? How much is transportation from Atomic down to
Chelsea Lodge?
To Chelsea. that is what I know.
Right.
So if you come and talk to me about the indicators have indicated a shove and a decline, and you are worrying yourself.
And GDP and inflation.
After you are done with all of that, I am asking myself, how much is a liter of petrol?
Is your pocket?
That is what I'm concerned about. How much is a bunch of alefu? Alefi.
What's that?
Oh, you don't know you don't cook.
What is that? I say you don't cook.
The leaves, the one they used to cook soup.
Maybe my people, you don't call it alefi or alefu.
Okay, let me mention one you know. That one I'm forgetting again. Those things. So when it comes to it, that's a question I'm asking. Because if you come and tell me that by the micro indicator, inflation has gone this way, and it means that the GDP has risen and fallen,
all you want is that
are worrying your life.
When you take 150 cedis to the market, what can you buy?
What can I buy? That is my micro and macro economy, and my inflation and my GDP and my everything. That is it. So I'm asking myself. I'm asking myself today, as I sit, how much is a liter of fuel? Am I able to fuel my car, move from my house to my office? Am I able to do that? Compared to a year ago, how difficult or easy was it for me? So in answering your question, yes, the hardship has gone down. It's gone down. COVID-19, that was on the books. The COVID-19 levy, that was on the books. We said, scrap it. It's been there. COVID-19, remove it. It is the whole world. It is only Ghana that is still charging COVID-19 levy. And then they said, no. If you remove it, the dollar will do something, and the cedi will do something, and then we will do something. It's been removed. Ghana has not collapsed. We are here. Crosby, but yeah, that reminds me. Some people are still charging COVID-19 levy. As part of their cost build-up. Some restaurants.
Which people are
Let me bring the receipts before I mention the names.
Okay.
Some restaurants are still charging COVID-19 levy, even though it has been scrapped.
You should not pay for that. You really should not pay for that.
In fact, in one of the restaurants, they told me that if I want, they can go and remove it for me.
Yes. If you give me the bill, and I would go through all the points.
No, but that is not the point.
The fact that they are still
it shouldn't even be there in the first place.
It shouldn't happen. But Sixtus, hold your horses for me. Beyond the economy, there are a lot of things too about governance itself, about the running of the country, not necessarily just the economy part, running the country in terms of constitution, in terms of rule of law, in terms of rights and responsibilities, amongst others. Briefly, before I engage with Professor Ajimendia, briefly on that score, in terms of proper governance 1 year on, after 7th January 2025, what would be your overall assessment?
The administration has been able to hold itself, has been able to stand firm, avoided the scandals that as political people we are very used to. We have seen ministers go through the 1 year without a contract scandal, a procurement scandal, what do you call those things? We are hearing that this minister has gone to sign this contract that has backfired, or done this that has we have gone the whole year without it. We've seen discipline so far. We've seen discipline on the part of appointees, not just ministers, the chief executives. We've seen that discipline. We've seen the respect that we keep asking for. That the fact that you are a minister or you are a CEO doesn't mean that you can be misbehaving on these streets. But there are some that there are complaints about some of them not responding to calls.
That one is different.
It's different.
Beyond discipline, in terms of impact.
How do you define impact? Discipline itself is impact.
No, discipline may not necessarily be the object of the institution.
It's an object of governance.
It is a part of it.
We cannot have ministers running riots. We cannot have ministers spending anyhow on the streets.
Exactly.
We cannot have ministers misconducting themselves. All of that is discipline.
The discipline part I'm talking about. Now I'm talking about the impact of those agencies, for instance. If there is gold
productivity.
Exactly.
Okay. So now you have used the word. So in terms of productivity, a lot of the agencies, MDAs that have also come up, they have given us what they have done within the period. I think Goldbot is the one in the media space now.
At the moment, yes.
At the moment. Goldbot has given us the profits that it's made over the period.
They say
the impact, according to you.
They don't make profits.
They don't do what?
They are not a profit-making institution.
But yeah,
that's what they're saying.
Yeah, they make profit. They made profit.
No, they don't.
The profit loss conversation that has come up.
So that one is different. So they don't call it profit.
What do they call it?
People call it costs. And then they had...
Please, I'm not an economist.
Let me speak with Professor Bafaj Mendia. Prof, good morning to you and a Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you and good morning to the listeners.
Prof, it's been a year since President John Dramani Mahama stood before Ghanaians and then took the presidential oath to become president of the Republic of Ghana. 1 year on, from where you sit in terms of governance, what has been the overall assessment of President John Dramani Mahama's government, bearing in mind performance of his ministers, performance of his appointees, discipline like Sisters was talking about, and then impact in terms of productivity or output from where you sit?
Overall, as you asked me, I think the government has performed very well overall. The government has succeeded in bringing in some stability and a sense of hope to Ghanaians about their country. And that's a major achievement because one of the hallmarks of good leadership is to be able to inspire your people to hope, even in the midst of adversity. So that hope that this government has generated in the public, for me, is good because prior to that, as you know, there was tension and uncertainties, and people were not, generally speaking, happy with what was going on in the country. But so far, a year now, that has subsided. So that, I think, is a major one. This is intangible, but it's an important intangible achievement, which, for me, indicates a lot about the people's perception of what has happened over the past year. Again, generally speaking, beyond that, the president seems to have made good on some of the promises that he made to the people. For me, as a governance person, the most important one was to initiate the process for reviewing the Constitution to find a way to close gaps that have been discovered over the years. And as you know, within 11 months, the Constitutional Review Committee has concluded its work and submitted at least a summary of their report to the President. That in itself is important because over the years, in fact, for about 25 years now, voices have been raised against a constitution that seems to have, in many ways, have weakened governance. So if you look at the recommendations of the committee, it appears like it attempted in addressing most of these gaps in the constitution. So of course, we are here to see how the process proceeds. The president told the nation on receiving the recommendations of the committee that he was going to pass it on to an implementation committee. At that point, he did not talk about issued white paper. White paper is a mechanism governments use to accept or reject recommendations of that nature. So if the white paper is not going to be issued, then it implies that generally the government or the president is satisfied with the recommendations of the committee, and therefore it will pass on straight to the implementation committee. But we are yet to see the constitution of that committee to see how far it can go. And of course, I'm sure it has to go to the Council of State. So it's a long process. The good news about this latest constitutional review report is that they have found a clever way to deal with the problem of what you call entrenched clauses that may be affected, because that requires a surrender. But I think if you listen to the committee members, especially the chair, he explained that they recommended a way where perhaps the whole issue of entrenchment can be put to one referendum, and once that is approved, then it makes it easy for them to do this. So overall, I think the government has done quite well, generally speaking.
As we try to evaluate the current governance performance, where do you think the government is underperforming on governance commitments, if any? Where can it improve?
I'm sorry, where can it be improved?
Where can it improve?
Oh, yeah. Well, as you know, governance is a never-ending process. It's just like democracy itself. It never ends. Societies seek to improve as they move on. So in that respect, even after the recommendations of the CRC has been approved and implemented, we're still going to have some challenges, because so far as human beings are concerned, no matter how best you try, there'll be some gaps here and there. But if you ask me where we need to improvement, you see, for me, one of the key issues about governance is the human agency that is charged with the responsibility for governance. When I talk of human agency, I talk about the quality of leadership and the leadership's ability to appoint the people, the right people, to help execute the agenda of the government. That is key, because no matter how beautiful a constitution is, if the human agency is weak, the human agency has a bad mindset, it's a problem. In fact, I've said it elsewhere that one of the things the government of Mahama should try to do, as he's talking about resetting the country, we should also be looking at the mindset of the Ghanaians. So the behavior of us as a people, in many ways, makes it difficult for governments, all governments that we have had, to succeed in the agenda. More so, if the people that are directly appointed to be in charge of governance agencies, if they are not the right people with the right mindset, again, it's going to frustrate us. So in that respect, I don't know the direct answer, but I think one of the things we have to initiate as soon as we can is attempting to change the mindset, which means the educational system has to be reviewed. What kinds of values are we giving to our children in the schools? People, when we talk of these things, they forget that what determines human achievement is the value. Look at Singapore. Their success is because they've established certain values, and if you infringe it, they deal with you. Laws, of course you need the laws, but laws implementation even depends on the values. Now that you can go to Singapore and spit on the street or throw chewing gum on the street, it's a value they have developed. So I guess my answer to your question is very broad, because for me, it's important that we have human beings who understand where we are going, and we have a leadership that's able to guide the movement, the path that we are choosing with kinds of values that all of us, that will help to achieve the goals of governance.
Let's talk about institutions now, Prof. So far, a year into the administration, are they acting independently, or the executive is still influencing, or the executive influence is still dominant?
Well, That's what the Constitution has done, the 92 Constitution, and that's why some of the recommendations of the CRC is to find a way to, for lack of better word, to strip the presidency of certain powers. We have created what we have called over the years an imperial presidency, meaning that anyone elected president of the country is almost like a king with mostly unlimited powers. So that if you take appointments of people, for instance, any president who is elected is faced with appointing about 6,000 to 7,000 individuals, right from the top to the bottom. So we don't have, in my humble view, we don't have true democracy. What we have is an elite democracy, the bottom of our societies. At the district level, town levels, we don't see any activity at all besides elections. And therefore, the initiative that we used to have in the past, the voluntarism that used to be part of the Ghanaian values, all those have died because the central government is so powerful. Everybody looks up to the central government for almost everything that we need, including toilets in our villages. So one of the key things is we're talking about the president's power. The recent case of the removal of the Chief Justice, for instance, for me, the Constitution clearly demonstrates that unless we make some amendments in that, the executive will always have influence over the judicial system. And we have started many examples, the Kenyan people and others, where the judicial council of that country recruits and recommends the president to approve. I think in the proposal of the CRC, they are making a similar, not the same, but a similar kind of proposal where perhaps the Council of State can be empowered with the authority to recruit and recommend to the president. If we do that, then of course we are able then to control the president's direct interference in the judiciary. So that's an important point. For the legislature, we have had very strong speakers who have, beginning with Peter Lajete, who insisted that the legislature should be independent, even to the extent of asking for financial independence. So I think by and large the legislature is okay. Now, other institutions, the president appoints the CEOs of all state institutions. At times, they even appoint from the CEO to the deputies, at times even to the foreign relations officer. That's how intrusive our executive is, the affairs of the nation. So if the president is the one who has appointed the CEO, the two deputies, who has the use of the board? And they are giving boards. And the president can decide to fire the CEO tomorrow without even the knowledge of the board. So there are some serious contradictions in how we are set up this institution, the kind of powers we are giving to the presidency. So I think the whole idea to delimit the powers of the president, to strengthen democracy at the grassroots,
right.
Because again, the CRC has suggested a devolution committee that can take a closer look at how we bring democracy to the grassroots. So all these are things that have been proposed, and I think if we succeed in getting them implemented, we will have made much improvement in the governance of our country.
And Prof, lastly on this subject, before we delve into other matters, if you were advising the president directly at the moment, 1 year into his administration, what governance reforms would you prioritize immediately?
Oh my goodness! I think, fortunately, the CRC has touched on the council reforms that will help our country. So if I were to advise the president, first, after congratulating him for setting up the CRC, the advice would be, Mr. President, don't put brakes on this process. Let it go on. Let it go on so we can have better governance, and that can become part of his legacy. You see. So your question, I just want the president to proceed with what he's done. The other thing I can advise the president is that, look, you have one term this time, and for the next 3 years, he has to make his name. And as you know, when a government fails, it's the president will point fingers at, not ministers or deputy ministers or council of state or whatever. It's the president. Therefore, he's got to be firm with his appointees. So far, as I heard the previous speaker saying, there have been no scandals. So the president made it clear. If you bring any scandal, you deal with it yourself. In other words, if you scandalize this government, you are gone. He should be fair. Any sign of insubordination or any sign of somebody appointee undermining his agenda should be taken seriously, including firing people. So for me, if he does that, because so far he's trying to reposition the country economically, politically, and more. So his eyes must be on the prize. The prize is what? A legacy that can be called as a turning point in Ghana's political history. And that will be my advice.
And Prof, since you've entered into that arena already, Constitution Day in Ghana, let's talk about the relevance, reflection, and then what the future looks like, the good, bad, and the way forward. 33 years after 33 years of constitutional rule, what is it looking like at the moment?
Tell the Constitutional Day. It's not a bad idea. But for me, what is a bit disturbing is governments introduce holidays without educating the people adequately on the significance of that day. We just declare it a holiday and we all sit home and do our private things. Nobody talks about the significance of that day. So, if you have a constitutional day, I will fault whoever introduced it without the added education that should have brought the people to understand. Maybe this should be the day when even schools should be meeting to discuss Ghana's constitution. This should be the day when big lectures are given by knowledgeable individuals at different places in the country. That should be the day where we reflect on the constitution as we have already through the CLC. That will have been more significant. In terms of what we achieved, of course, everybody will say, oh, this constitution has been good because it has stabilized our country, our democracy. It's true. What we have achieved so far is what I will call electoral democracy. We have achieved that because we're able to use elections to change governments without, even though people, the violence here and there. Ultimately, we change government through the ballot box. That's the achievement. But in terms of the other achievement that should come with that kind of stuff, that is economic development. That has been a tricky issue for us all these years. And of course, I will also say that even with that electoral democracy, if you look at the violence and the tension that it brings, it has the risk of even a major problem. But so far we have succeeded with that. But I think where we have to turn our attention after changing the political system through the reviews that are underway, we should be serious about how we develop the country. I know, and I was very pleased when the president announced maybe yesterday or so that he's going to discard this culture of abandoning projects that successive governments introduced, which is a very good point. If we had been consistent with our development processes, I'm sure Ghana would have been far advanced economically speaking. But this culture of Kamen, whatever it did was bad, even if it was good, I'm not going to continue with it. That we need to stop. And I don't know the extreme politics that we have, the extremism, I should say. I hope we can deal with it. So if the president is letting us know that he doesn't like that culture and is going to change it, then it should be clear to people that the research that he talks about is also in that direction. And we should, I don't know whether law can make it work, because the Constitution requires all governments to continue the projects of previous governments. But nobody respects that. You have the NDPC that is supposed to plan nationally for all of us to have a long-term vision. That new government someday discard it. You see. So until we find a way, a common platform for development with a vision for the next 20, 30 years, and that's how long it's taking countries like Singapore, Malaysia, even Rwanda 20 years, there must be consistency in what we want to do. You see, but we are not having that. So again, we just a way for the current president to alert the country on that and reach a kind of a compromise. I don't know if it's possible, but if the constitutional reviews, you can have a way to say that, look, for the next 20 years, this is the plan we have, this is the vision we have as a nation. And every elected government is bound by that. Of course, there'll be little tweaking here and there, but the essence of the plan and the execution cannot be varied. You see, if we can do that, we can move faster. We can move faster because we are going a zigzag fashion. I mean, when you think of it, it's crazy.
Right.
And yet we sit down and say, look at Singapore, we look at Malaysia, we were even better than them. Look at what they did to achieve that. They never had this polarity in their politics, this kind of extreme partisanship in their politics. And one person stayed for that period for that to happen. But of course, even the proposal to move from 4 years to 5 year term is under. People are protesting.
Yeah.
But it don't take 4 years, 8 years to build a country. It doesn't work that way. It doesn't.
Prof, thank you so much for speaking with us. Professor Bafo Ajimendua is a former senior UN governance advisor speaking with us there.
A lot of things, especially on the question of constitution reforms. I think it's one discussion that we have had from Titi. It started 10 years ago with the Professor Fiajo Commission. That's unfortunately for us, that report, nothing much came out of that report, unfortunately for Ghana. And so I agree with him when he says that, with Professor, when he says that the president has to see this through. Well, I know there are still some of the recommendations that some there's a sharp division of opinion on whether or not we should go ahead to implement them as they are, or try to relook at them. I know that is also there, but whatever we do, however we look at this, we must finish that process, because the one thing all of us agree on, whether you are a watcher of the political space, you are a governance expert, you are a party full soldier, the one thing we all agree on is that the powers of the executive president simply too much, and makes the executive president too powerful. Look, he spoke about something. Prof mentioned the appointment of a chief justice, for instance, and he was trying to talk about some other experiences from other countries. He spoke about how the Council of State could be brought in to help with the process. He mentioned that if you probably were to let the Council of State do the appointment or the nomination, then the president confers the school of office onto the person, then that will solve the problem. But I ask a question. Is our Council of State, or should I say, are our councils of state successively, have they demonstrated that independence? Have they demonstrated that authority?
I mean, they can't do what they are not. They can't show what they don't have.
Well, you have put it. I was struggling to put it with the kind of courage you have mastered to put it in the way that you have put it.
It's quite simple.
It is what it is. So, you see, we'll be tickling ourselves if we said that the Council of State should do the appointment invariably, and then the president merely swears in. That president will go around and tell that Council of State, this is the person who must become Chief Justice. And what will the Council of State do? So it goes beyond changing the letter of the Constitution. It goes beyond saying we are shifting power from this side to that side. At the end of the day, who is still calling the shots? Who is influencing what? Would it be a mere rewriting of the Constitution, or the power play that we see, the influence that we see from the executive president? And this is not about President Mahama or President Akufo-Addo.
Right.
This is about what it has been. So would we still see that? If we are sure that the Judicial Council, for instance, would be able to independently appoint a Chief Justice, then let the Judicial Council have that power to appoint the Chief Justice. And then the conferment is done by the President. It's as simple as that. If we are sure that the Police Council can appoint an IGP, then let the Police Council appoint the IGP. Then the conferment is done. But who actually dictates even the composition of the Police Council itself? The composition of the Judicial Council is... The other day I was talking about the NDPC, and one of the reasons why the NDPC will continue to remain toothless and useless to Ghana is because the Constitution has composed the NDPC in such a manner that it becomes an extension of the executive of the day, not necessarily a body that is set up to look at the Ghana interest or the Ghana dream. No. If like, take the Constitution right now and look at the composition of the NDPC. Take the Constitution now, look at the composition of the Council of State, look at the composition of the Police Council, look at the composition of the Judicial Council, look at the composition, all of those bodies that are supposed to, the Constitution will usually say, on the advice of. So look at all of them, and you would come to that conclusion that I am giving you now, that we would only end up rewriting the Constitution in words or in letters. But the spirit that we want to change, that evil spirit that we want to exorcise, it will still prevail, because we will still have it. And God forbid if we get another president who says that I am the president, I am the whole. And so you realize that no, you do whatever you do, you still come back and this president will say, I won't remove my minister, he's my minister. What will you do?
What do you want to say?
Things I want to say.
No. Like, the man wants to say something, I want to say the thing.
The ones that I want to say, I have said.
No, but you want to say something again.
Oh, no.
You want to say that.
No, I beg you.
Wait.
I beg you.
Listeners, listen. Sisters wants to say.
This one, I don't talk watch it. I beg.
You want to say that, imagine the CRC's recommendations about the 2 5-year terms. And then, but we have not changed the core of the thing, where the problem is coming from. But they did this in a certain administration. That's what you want to say.
No.
You want to say?
No, I believe. I believe.
Wait.
I believe me too. I know English.
I'm coming. Imagine we had 1 year more.
Of what?
My sentence, full stop.
Please don't sit on there and embarrass your English teachers. They taught you good English grammar. They taught you complete and incomplete sentences. They taught you sentences, how a sentence should be.
Me, I have my own imagination. I say imagine when you let's take a word from our sponsors, and then when we come back, beyond the politics of governance, the headlines, they have been marked by a powerful gesture of unity, a powerful gesture of tradition. As the Asantino 2482 II, he paid a historic visit to the Inspector General of Police at the Ghana Police Service Headquarters in Accra. We'll talk about that. What that visit symbolizes, the changes he wants to see. He spoke about political neutrality. He spoke about some levels of indiscipline within the service. A lot of things. So stay with us here on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. When we come back, we'll talk more about that.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. They calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the takeover. This is Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. Driving you home with good vibes, good conversations, and the freshest hits. Hop in, take a ride. Trigmatic on 3FM Drive. 3FM, your urban lifestyle radio.
The Electoral Commission has reiterated its commitment to organizing free and fair elections this December.
How's your week treating you? I'm here to serve you great music tidbits for your at-work listening pleasure.
Rastafari, Rastafari, Rastafari. Our Father, who art in Zion, Kanamawe, Kanamawe, Kanamawe. Oh, turn it up! Come into the mountains, sight and I grandfather.
It's time to drive you home in style with great music, the 411 and all your favorite songs, what's happening around town, and so much more.
And in the headlines today, the two leading political parties have been addressing the public on allegations of corruption. The Black Stars coach has unveiled his squad for the upcoming games, and there are some interesting names.
Pull up! The weekend is here and it's time to turn up. Get your dancing shoes on, Lego.
We really do have it all. It's a premium mix of information and entertainment every single day on 3FM 92.7, your urban lifestyle radio.
In the silence, something was growing. The journey continues. They calm before the storm. You can't mute a force that was born to speak. You can't bury rhythm. It rewrites itself. Louder. Every signal lost finds its way back to the source. This is not a comeback, it's a recalibration. This is the take.
Experience in town. This year we're doing it very big. the Gino tomato mix and hot pepper. They are bringing flavor, bringing the heat, and bringing the vibe. Expect authentic Ghanaian pepper soup, live bands, top DJs, great music, and most importantly, non-stop enjoyment at the Good Park Accra Mall, January 10, 2026. It's only for 50 Ghana cedis. So get your tickets now at vtickets.com or dial star 714 star 11 star 33 hash. Star 714 star 11 star 33 hash. The Pepper Soup Festival powered by Gino. Taste the culture, feel the heat. It is also powered by June 30 and brought to you by GNet Services. He swabbed his royal palace for the police headquarters, paying a historic visit to the Inspector General of Police. But it wasn't every day you see Ghana's top traditional ruler and the country's top cop sharing laughs and handshakes in one room. On 2432 the second, he praised the police for their dedication and sacrifices. And he urged the officers to work hand in hand with local communities, with traditional rulers. Well, the IGP, Christian Tete Yohunu, he welcomed the Asantehene warmly. He called the visit a landmark moment that shows how tradition and modern governance can team up to keep Ghana safe, united, smiling together.
Public expectations of the police were high and patience was thin. Within this short period, the impact of leadership has been felt, and we see a style reflecting the essential element in law enforcement: calm authority and modern professionalism. Tradition and modern law enforcement are not rivals struggling for relevance. They are collaborators safeguarding the same future. When traditional authority respects legal authority, communities stabilize. When police respect local customs, cooperation deepens. When both communicate openly, crime loses its hiding place.
Your consistent support for the Ghana Police Service, especially in the Ashanti region, has been both fatherly and exemplary. I recall that you have hosted several Inspectors General of Police and police leadership over the years, offering counsel, guidance, and encouragement, with doors always open to us. I must commend Your Majesty and highlight your role in peace building and conflict resolution, which has had a profound impact on national security. Mentioning your exceptional mediation skills, which have restored peace in numerous conflicts across our nation, compels me to describe you as the King Solomon of our time.
and that of the IGP Christian Teta Yohono. The Asantehene praised the professionalism and the sacrifices of the Ghana Police Service in maintaining peace and security across the nation. And then he urged the police to be politically neutral and then uphold integrity, emphasizing that public order must be rooted in values and not force. In fact, he proposed that police officers be trained to better understand local customs and cultural context, particularly at where they are operating, and then called for structured collaboration between traditional leaders and the police. For the IGP, he described the visit as a turning point, as historic and symbolic in national security relations between traditional authority and modern policing. He called the Asantehene a modern-day King Solomon. And then he pledged to integrate indigenous knowledge and cultural awareness into police training to make law enforcement more effective and community aligned.
We are the children of the Rastaman.
Others and engage with some security experts. Dr. Victor Doke is a security lecturer and a security expert joining us.
Africa, united.
Dr. Richard Kumado is also a fraud and a security consultant. He's also joining us on the phones. Good morning to you, gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us this morning.
Thank you.
Let me start with you, Dr. Doke. This is a historic visit that the Asantehene has paid on the IGP, and then he stressed that public order must be built on values and not force. In practical terms, what does this mean for day-to-day policing in Ghana?
Well, I think let me extend my regards to my big Happy New Year, brother. So values and not force. The king in his own, status and aura has deemed it necessary to reiterate the aspect of tradition, coordinating or collaboration with formal institutions, which is very key. Now we know how in the community there are certain norms and values that are very regarded, held high esteem when it comes to fighting crime or keeping the peace. So you look at those values and norms, and then you can blend them with the formal ones, and then you can achieve a goal. So he's trying to let us know that going forward, I think we can blend the two and then come out with something that will be acceptable in the community. Because whatever you do, the chiefs, the elders are the custodians of the land. Traditionally, they are, the heads of the people. So whatever it is with peace and security, before even the police will get there, they have an upper hand. So it is very key that we include the traditional rulers and authorities in the fight, against the threats that we face day in and day out.
And Dr. Kumado, can traditional leaders, can they legitimately support community policing without blurring lines of authority or accountability?
Definitely, yes, if we structure it in the manner that yields efficiency and effectiveness of law enforcement. To the extent that in every community we have a traditional ruler, and these traditional rulers have key authority and responsibilities. If law enforcement officers can leverage on that authority, it helps in the area of crime prevention and crime prosecution. Having said that, nobody is above the law, and the police operates with the statutory laws of this land. So even in situations where traditional leaders have flouted the law, it has to be handled in a manner that ensures that justice is served and the people's right has been preserved. Because traditional authority, religious leaders, community leaders, all have the authority to abuse their powers in a manner. In the same time, they have the right to ensure that their communities conform to the statutory laws, traditions, values, and norms of the area. So it makes it very unique that we all operate within a structured form, but we have roles and responsibility, and we must work together particularly when it comes to crime prevention, which is a common enemy of the people.
So that's the ideal situation. But what risk could there be or exist in formalizing the collaboration between traditional rulers and the Ghana Police Service?
We have it in existence already. I think if you look at the lines of Asantehene, there were high lines and low lines, middle lines. And he was coming in as a traditional leader, representing tradition and representing authority and representing a large area, particularly his role he has played in law enforcement, mediation, initiatives, conflict resolutions, environment, and many of those ones. He was just reiterating what has existed before, but I don't think he was saying that traditional leaders should be in charge of enforcing laws while the police play a second fiddle role. That is not it. In every community we have been as law enforcement officers, when things get wrong, the first person you want to talk to is the chief, is the makralo, is the justice, before you come to the assemblyman, before you are talking about pastors and you are talking about DCE. So it works already in that particular regard. If there are areas of difficulties and gray areas we want to look at, we can extend that conversation. But this is something that has existed for many, many, many years, and it has helped in many occasions and instances to ensure that crime has been curtailed and criminals has been arrested and perpetrators has been dealt with. You will be surprised to know that sometimes when we are chasing criminals, they either run to the chief's compound, or if we cannot find them within the community, we report to the chiefs. And the chiefs also have a certain way, a means of identifying who really the criminal is. And they find a way of helping law enforcement officers in getting to the bottom of the matter. So that is what Asantehene was reiterating. Particularly, the other case is talk about the police being professional and not getting involved in politics. You and I have had this conversation before, when sometimes I jokingly said that when you go into the Ghana Police Service, over the years, we have political police, protocol police, and professional police. And it's an area that has affected the effectiveness and efficiency of the police in respective of the trainings we had, because wrong people were put at wrong places.
I see. And Dr. Kumado, since you have introduced the conversation about neutrality, Dr. Doke, what would be the biggest challenges to achieving this level of neutrality we're asking for? Not necessarily, or not only at the top echelons of policing. I'm not talking about the IGP level or the COP levels, because proper policing, it goes way beyond them. The constable on the road, this officer stopping you in the middle of the road and all of that. They are the crust of policing in Ghana. How do we achieve that amongst them?
With regards to that one, I think training, capacity building, and we know how it is difficult to, separate the aspect of politics from security. This is what we are dealing with right now. I've spoken on this issue time and again, that if you want to, decouple the security services from the aspect of politics, where political elites have their, say in security issues by appointment and all of that, then we need to look at the law and reformation. But until we do that, this is what we are going to do. Now, it becomes difficult and challenging sometimes for us to expect that the security heads or service would, be 100% neutral when dealing with issues about tradition or crime fight against a particular group of people. It is very, very challenging. Now, how do we navigate that narrow road? I think the capacity building and training would, first of all, do a lot of good for our men. How so? They need to reorient or be reoriented as the fact that, one, the role they play is for the nation, the mandate to serve and not to serve individuals. So I think in that regard, we'll be doing some good. And then looking at how we can also put in place a mechanism for the long term, look at how they will have their own mechanisms of, succession. It is very key. There can be a time where we would have the, security heads put in place a mechanism that would enable them to succeed when it comes to change of government or whatever. And so we wouldn't be having bickering allegations and whatnot of, force being used against one party or a group of party and whatnot. So I think we have a lot to do as a country itself. It's not only about the security heads of the police service, but I think by and large we need to sit there and look at the security sector itself.
So essentially, we're talking about the values that built the service. The Asantehene yesterday also cautioned officers of the police service against viewing policing as merely a means of earning a living. He insisted that the profession must be driven by genuine sense of calling, compassion, and then service to the people. But the police service is one of the institutions where you know that if you are there, you have a constant and regular source of income. You and I know that a lot of people will go there because of the levels of confidence they have in the payment of their salaries. How do we marry the two, that the money will not be the motivation for them to enter the service and then abuse it by, bribes on the roads and amongst others? Dr. Okay.
This is a very tricky one because in this day and age, you're talking about the aspect of not having enough opportunities to choose from, and the only opportunities that come in the services are the ones that people would, want to take. And so if you have many opportunities, then people would definitely not want to go to the service. Some people would not, trust me. But when the opportunities are limited, they will take it, the ones that come. And this is where we find ourselves. So someone may not necessarily be, interested in policing, not love the work, but because of the safety net it provides, the monthly income as you put in, you would want to choose, you want to take it. But how do we look at the aspect of giving what rightly belongs to, whoever? It is about creating that opportunity for the teeming youth to now pick from and choose. Because we know, even with the disadvantages or consequences that happened recently in last year about how people died and all of that, because there weren't many opportunities. So I think the hierarchy needs to look at this very critically. How can we create more opportunities for the youth? And then they will have, that leverage to choose from and not, pick one as the only opportunity that is there. Until we do that, I'm sorry, this is only going to be the modus operandi when it comes to opportunities about security services and all of that. There isn't going to be any other way else.
I see. And Dr. Kumado, so bearing in mind where we're coming from and where we want to go and the motivations people have to join the police service, how do we, how does the service not let its officers think that you're doing this or you're in the service because of money, but you should be in it because you are called to do that? How do we find it?
It starts from the selection procedure. Once the procedure is flawed, the outcome will be flawed. And that is what we have witnessed for all these years. Particularly when you have politicians boasting on platforms that they have put in thousands of people, hundreds of people, and they want people to clap for them. It means that the selection procedure has an issue. My big brother just spoke about opportunity. That is one aspect. But even when they are coming in, the selection procedure itself is flawed. And to the extent that the selection procedure is flawed, the outcome will be flawed. And that is where we are. Once the ingredients that makes up the mix is flawed, the yield variance will always be negative. And once you have an adverse variance, it means that you have a very long time, 10 to 50, 20 years, and the state is not deriving the dividends of training people, reorienting them, giving them the tools and providing capacity for them. Because it's a dividend that must come to the state after you have been recruited. But to the extent that you have a mixture of people who have no business being there, the yield variance has always been challenged. And it's not just the police, but many other places. Almost all our security agencies have been bastardized. I use myself an example again. When I was going to the BNI, we were over 4,000 that started the process. After 2.5 years of background checks, they pick only 4 of us. Today, by the grace of God, I have become a national asset, isn't it? We paid the price. We were taught, we were trained. It went through the process. That was the days of President Rawlings. You don't need to know anybody. You just apply. And you do not just apply. There are things they were looking out for. But once you run down the standard procedures and floralize the selection procedure, the outcome will be flawed, and that is where we are. Until we all wake up to our responsibility, we'll have challenges. You remember that Santihinin again said that people lobby to become the heads of the police in particular. And he said that this particular president told him, the current president told him that he's not going to get involved with policing work or law enforcement work, and people should stop that. That is one of the major keynotes of what Asante Hine said. And if we go by that, considering our just previous history, where people said they have lobbied for 17 years, and that is a major issue. And I think we need to build on what has been done now going forward.
And we'll get to that conversation in a moment. But before that, let's talk about the levels of indiscipline and how much of a concern it is, because it came up during the visit of the Asante Hine. What, in your experience, Dr. Kumado, what are the main sources of indiscipline within the service today? Why is indiscipline and misconduct, while is it still persisting within the Ghana Police Service?
Not just the Ghana Police Service, but we extend it to, of course, Ghana Police Service and focus. Non-punishable of offenses will always rationalize bad behavior and promote antisocial tendencies in law enforcement agencies, and for that matter, society as a whole. And with that in mind, law enforcement agencies have what we call due diligence unit. The due diligence unit of the police is what we call the PIPS, which is headed by COP Kujote. They are designed in a manner to deal with issues of indiscipline, misconduct, public complaints, and crime investigation. And people who usually head this unit are people who have seen it all, and they have done it all at the highest level. They are non-biased, and the level of integrity they bring to the job helps. But I can also say on authority that law enforcement institutions and agencies in Ghana and across the group has a way of cleaning up the system. So I've always entreated people and admonish them that a politician may send you there, but once you enter, you may not find them again. And once you go against the standard protocols and the norms and the values of the system, you will be thrown out. And those ones do not catch the eyes of the general public or the lenses of the media, because these are internal issues. A lot more people have been punished. There have been punitive actions against them. People have been dismissed. People have been interdicted. And people have been sacked. And people have been reduced in rank. So they have a way of disciplining their own when they go against the norms and the SOPs and the values that establish the system. What we can encourage, you and I and everyone, is to encourage them that they should look more at that direction. And once they do that, they are going to be weeding out the criminals who find themselves within the police service, or people, illegitimate people and unapproved people who have no business being there. But then the argument goes beyond that. Why did they come in the first place?
Right. And I'll give the last word to you, Dr. Doke. But before you take leave of us, Dr. Kumado, let's talk about the element of political neutrality. The Asante Hine spoke about it, and good to know that he says he's gotten the assurance from President John Dramani Mahama that he has no interest whatsoever. He recommended that the Police Management Board, for instance, they make recommendations to various positions or various areas within the service so that we don't see a lot of these lobbying and all of that. How are we still politically influenced in the police service when it should be a service for the people that should not be, politically motivated?
I wage a campaign in this country that the president should not be appointing the IGP, and the same president should appoint the CID boss. President Mahama had it. After how many years? Over 18 years. Finally, President Mahama had it, appointed the IGP, allowed the IGP to choose who become the CID boss, and he approves it. That's the best way to go. Advocacy and activism and crusading, when we do it properly, it also helps them because we are the brothers outside. Number two, because the hierarchy is a political appointment, the police are aware that that position is the prerogative of the president. And once they appoint them, they must also act in a manner that do not degenerate into chaos. Asante Hene again says and talks about the issue of seniority. And that is something we have been overlooking because the position is a political one and it's at the discretion of the president. When juniors are appointed to govern over seniors, sometimes there are difficulties, but I believe we are human beings and we are institutions in transit, and we need to learn from the past what happened. If you remember, one of the cardinal sins of my uncle Dampari, which my uncle Yawonu has corrected, was the issue of promotion. Just before that, Santihini came to Accra to visit the IGP Christian Tete Yawonu promoted about 30 officers who did fantastic and demonstrated competence and expertise in Asante region in an area of crime prevention and crime control just recently. And I believe that is one of the reasons why Asante Hini came, and that will be one of the conversations they will have privately, besides what was discussed publicly. So that when people demonstrate competence, they needed to be promoted. December, the special task force of the IGP was promoted. All other people from the police council at the end of the year recommended and they were promoted. Promotion is one way of motivating the people, and we shouldn't take it away from them. It's also part of strategic security leadership. And once you can have the leader at the very top who demonstrates some of these things, that they understand the job and they have been there before, politics dies off naturally. It is leadership who must demonstrate that. And until leadership demonstrates that, we will have problems. Having known that the top is appointed by the politicians, and in many parts of the world, that is the way it is done. And so we as leaders who have some of these institutions must come to the job well prepared. And we are seeing it in what Christian Tete Yohono is doing. So probably it's also leaving a legacy for many people who will come after him to follow suit.
Dr. Kumado, thank you.
You're welcome.
Thank you. Let me pick your thoughts on this, Dr. Doke. So, in terms of promotions, that's where Dr. Kumado ended. Promotions and then appointments. We're looking also about the political neutrality status or the need for political impartiality for the service. What do you say to that?
I think my brother Richard has give you a very good answer, but let me add a few. Richard spoke about the professionalism and the person coming in knowing what to do. It is very key. So, for example, I'm appointed as the IGP coming in, okay, whether next in line or not. And this is what we need to understand. You may be thinking you are next in line with regards to having a top position, but it may not be so. There's a lot that goes into choosing someone to become an IG. Now, I become the IG and then look at how I can implement policies that, tackle the welfare of the service, of the personnel, okay? Looking at how I can lobby for funds, resources, for equipment, for them to fight crime. It is very key. Looking at how they can respect the human rights, okay, when it comes to demonstrations, when it comes to arrests, okay? I look at all these things and then look at how I can closely work with the hierarchy, which is very key. Have a professional relationship with the political elite. There's a lot that goes into it. Now, Richard spoke about something. When we realize that there is a structured system from the hierarchy and all the heads in there, naturally, the aspect of politics or whoever wants to influence dies down. And you would realize that the political elite would find it very difficult to come and infiltrate or even use their own people against the hierarchy. It is very, very difficult. So I think with regards to what the IG and its PMBs are doing, it should continue because it's creating or building a very brick wall that will make it difficult for any political elite to interfere. And that is one of the reasons why the king came there, to commend the police, commend the hierarchy and himself for doing a good job. So now, let's monitor and evaluate the performance of the IG and its hierarchy henceforth, and then we'll have a similar discussion a few months to come.
I see. And briefly, he praised the leadership of the current IGP, Mr. Yohonu. Something you agree with? His leadership has been good.
Very much so, 100%. Wide so. This IG carries along his PMB, the management, every time. You see, when he's traveling, he went to the operation sites, Boko, and all of those, critical areas. He carries these, men and women in service along with them. And in doing so, he gives them the opportunity to also learn what is going on. They become abreast with situations. And then, to your benefit, they contribute ideas for you to succeed, which is very critical. So in management, you need collaboration and coordination, which is very essential. Other than that, if you decide to leave them at the background, you are on your own. If they see something wrong, it will become difficult for them to approach. And what IG is doing, what I've heard about the IG, he's a grassroots personnel. He started from very, very scratch and knows how to carry people along. And so we are not surprised about what he's doing. We would be expecting more of this to come.
Dr. Doke, thank you. Thank you so much, Doc.
You're welcome.
Dr. Victor Doke is a security analyst speaking with us there. For you this morning on Sunrise on 3FM 92.7. But before we go this morning, we'd like to wish a happy birthday to a few people. If you're celebrating your birthday today, we want to tell you happy birthday. A happy birthday to you, Stephanie Amatete of Ashrasi Equiapim, and this is from your wife and all your children. They say that enjoy your new age. Happy birthday to you, sir. If you're celebrating your birthday today, a happy birthday from all of us here to you. Have a great year. My name is Noble Crosby Annan. Success Don Ulu, Frederick Kunzo, Tiani, DJ Abiam. Sandra and Selom, thank you so much too. See you again tomorrow, same time.